Good evening, everybody. This is Ashtar Command Q&A. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Good to have you with us. And hopefully in a little bit we'll have everybody in here. This is a special night every Saturday night, Ashtar Command Q&A with the commander and also our other commander. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you all with us tonight. Tobias, everybody coming in here. And this is our night. Mike Masters, Tobias, Angela, everybody in here. Welcome. Good to see you all in here. Hey, Chesno, good to see you. Jordan, welcome. And we're just going to see. Just want to make sure this person knows. Let me just do this here. Hey, Elvira, good to see you, Elvira. And we're drinking some sweet tea tonight. We have some sweet tea that we are drinking. So that's good. And we're going to get into, I had a chupacabra sighting tonight. I posted the videos. Scared the heck out of me. Interesting, Chesna, really, a chupacabra sighting. I'll have to take a look at that. In Connecticut. I didn't think we had any chupacabras in Connecticut. That's really weird. I'll have to take a look at that. Hey, Pam, welcome to the show. Hey, Cam Sparkles. Every once in a while, Lavola and Neil, good to see you. Everybody coming in here. Yeah, no problem, Greg. Another time we'll work on that. Oh, she has to see her granddaughter tonight. Okay. I gotcha. So we'll be definitely doing the best we can, answering your questions. And we'll see if she can come in for a little bit before she journeys down that way, for sure, for a few minutes maybe. We'll see. But if you have any questions or comments regarding the Ashtar Command, this is a night for all of us to communally come together. Rally handlers, good to see you. Have I met my parents yet on the ship? I have not met them physically yet, although I've astral traveled apparently several different times off planet. And but I have a terrible thing of remembering. The only thing I recently remembered, I had a dream actually less than a week ago that I was on the spaceship and there was a white, like, circular room with monitoring screens on it. And I believe what I apparently saw was the control system for viewing the Earth. They were able to view everything on these monitoring systems, which were pretty amazing. And the whole control center was like a beautiful white color. And they had these white seats that seemed to be very comfortable. And I remember in my dream, I just had a vivid view of that control center. But I don't ever really remember things. I'm starting to learn how to remember things like that. I've always, all my life, has had a hard time constantly remembering when I go out of body off planet. And I've been trying to rectify that problem. To be able to visually see. Like, some people tell me their stories and they'll say, oh, Commander, I went on the ship and I saw this and I saw that. Me, I have all these things that I can do and I don't always see things. But, hopefully it'll get better. Do the space people lift weights or bodybuilding? No, they don't do that. Their bodies are actually in perfectly good condition. They don't do anything like that. On Earth, people do that. Great question, Bill. They don't do that. Yeah, the whole seat's Dina, so you understand what I'm saying. So I did see that. That was really an amazing thing for me to actually see the inside of a ship in my dream and see the control center, which would make sense considering I'm involved in communications. I think I was being shown the control center for the ship in my dream. Oh, just light panels. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Commander Corton. I know Commander Corton. Yes, indeed. I know Commander Corton. Yes, Commander Corton is actually for people. He's a real space person. He actually, I work with him. When I'm on the ships, I work with him very closely in terms of communications, intergalactic communications between the different planetary civilizations. So I work with Commander Corton. I know of him. Funny you should say that. Dina says, what to Mount Shasta for a core communications? Oh, beautiful, Dina. Beautiful. Hey, One Toyota. Good evening, brother. Good evening. And you do want to get it to, whoops. We get it to 100,000 tonight in terms of likes. Everybody follow. Always, I don't ask to follow much, but everyone do that. Loretta, good to see you. I mean, good to see you. Yes, laugh. Yeah, we're good to see everybody in here. I am so excited to be here for Ashtar night because tonight is the night where I am all things Ashtar. My energy level will be all things Ashtar. So on the regular nights, I'm your talk show host, but tonight I'm letting it all hang out. So I'm all things Ashtar Command. My energy frequency is all things Ashtar, and that energy will be felt in the room tonight of everything Ashtar. Let me see something here. Let me just adjust the controls here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Nope. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. Hansuk, namaste, brother. Good to see you. And the lighting here is very much a spacey lighting. And the reason I do that on purpose, hey, Casey, is to bring everybody into an alignment of higher frequency. So when I do this kind of lighting, it's a reason for me doing it. You know, we're all in space together. So I want you to feel for a moment like, wow, I'm traveling into space. I'm feeling like I'm traveling into the universe. And as you feel that traveling into the universe, I want you to feel the beauty of life in the universe, because you're all going to be experiencing that, not too distant future. You're all going to experience the beauty of the universe that you look at from Earth. You're going to see things you've never seen before. And that is the beauty of all things. All things, all the stars, solar systems, planets, people. The beautiful thing is you'll be able to experience people from other planets for the first time, for many of you. And they'll be able to experience you for the first time, because understand it's a two-way street. Yes, very relaxing, Chesno. So my whole point is to get everyone to relax, get rid of all the stress, and be in Ashtar Command mode tonight. And as we are in this mode, we can all relate to that higher level of love and energy and all the things that we want to be. Thank you, Jennifer. And I was just beautifully watching Commander April earlier, taking out some implants, and that was a beautiful thing to watch. I was just watching her taking an implant out of one or two people. I don't remember, but she took out the ET implants, and that was a really beautiful thing. And that's what we do. So she has the ability to take out implants now, which is great, you see. So we're in a very exciting period of life, a very exciting period of time on Earth. And hey, Tara, welcome everybody coming in. And I'll bring people on the program who want to come and join us to ask me questions regarding Ashtar Command related stuff. I'll be able to happily answer your questions. And we appreciate all of you. Just want you to know that we do appreciate you. If you were not here, I couldn't be doing the work I'm doing. And I've decided that I'm going to do some workshops on contact. Not on. I'm actually going to do physical workshops in some local areas here to get people prepared for contact. There's a crystal store here that are very beautiful people, and I'm going to put together a workshop in this area about Ashtar Command and contact in 2026. That'll be my first physical workshop, lecture actually, not even a workshop. It's going to be a lecture on contact. So I'm going to do a lecture on contact for people in the public to get people prepared for contact. And that's a big step for me to go public like that, but I think it needs to be done. And it's going to be very interesting to see who shows up at this thing. I'm sure we can get 20, 30 people in a room. It's going to be probably a packed house if I do this. I'm pretty sure of it. And then maybe we'll do it at some other locations around Connecticut. We'll start with Connecticut. And hey, aloha. Good to have you with us. It's time for us to go public. I mean, we're public. We're here on TikTok, but we're going to go public in another way. I think we have to do some people-to-people gatherings, lectures on the Ashtar Command now, to get the public ready, get humans ready for what's going to happen. And I have no fear of doing that. I'm good at public speaking, so I have no fear of presenting that to people. And I know the venues that will be the appropriate place to do that. I think it's Gregorio 1445-4444 has a question. Go ahead, please. Anton M2, good evening from Belgium. Good to have you with us, Anton. Donna, hey, good evening. Yeah, Miss, we could figure that out. I love to plan stuff like that out, and we will. We'll figure that out. You'll fly out and book a hotel? We'll have to really figure this one out. Right now in New England, as it gets colder, we tend not to do anything because it's too cold to get people outside. But let's figure that out for some warmer weather because we're getting into the winter season here in New England. And yeah. Hey, Donnie Francis, hello, blessings, Thomas, welcome. For those that are new to what we're doing here, this is our Ashtar Command night, hence the lighting. And I hope you're enjoying the lighting, and we want you to feel comfortable. Maybe adjust this a little bit. I'm not sure if I need to. Here we go. There we go. I hope you're enjoying our Ashtar Command night. Come to Arizona. I've had requests to come all over the place, all over different countries, and I'm trying to figure out how that would be done. I think in the future, I want to be able to do that. I just have to figure out financially how that would work. But I know I've been asked message-wise and through here, people would like me to come out and do something. I am considering the idea. I still have to meditate on how that would work. Money Time, good evening. I live in Ramona, California, and have encountered weird sounds and creature-like walking. Kickstarter, maybe. I have to really meditate on this, I don't like to do something halfway and not be able to complete it. So I'll think about all these ideas and see what comes up in my head here. Jordan says I can stay in San Diego, California. And, San Diego is a place that we might be going out to at some point in the near future, only because we have a friend that has family out there. And if I do go out to San Diego, I will definitely let people know. If we do, if that does happen, my idea, if I go out there, I hear there's a lot of spaceship sightings off the coast. Yeah. Hey, Dave, good to see you. But I've had a lot of, I've never talked about, but I do get a lot of requests to come out I had somebody in Hollywood or somewhere in Los Angeles. They wanted to fly me out to do an event out there. We'll figure it all out. Again, I'm just happy to be in the now moment, so I'm not going to put my head into that too much right now. I live on the water and extra 4 bedrooms. Oh, thank you, Jordan. That's a beautiful thing. Well, we'll see where things go. I don't want to jump myself ahead of myself here, but we'll see. Hey, Pagan Prince, good to see you. Hey, Danny. And this is Ashtar Command night. Welcome to a night of Ashtar Command. If you're just joining us, we're glad to have you with us. Okay. And we'll be on here till 1 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be happy to share information with you about the Ashtar Command and everything related to it. So we appreciate all of you being here. Kevin, Mark, everybody welcome. Essentially got 212 people. It's early yet. It's early. That's normal for us to have 200 and something, 11 or whatever. But people will be coming in here pretty soon. Fishing, welcome Fishing Rose, everybody in here. Hey, you, good to have you with us. Goddess, welcome. I send my love. The Ashtar Command sends our love to all of you. So I want you to, hey, Lupito, I want you to know the Ashtar Command on the spaceships loves every one of you. The Ashtar Command loves every one of you. Hey, Barbara. Good to have you with us here. This is a night for relaxation. Hey, Lisa B. Hello from Connecticut, Lisa B. Lisa B, good to see you. I want to share as much cosmic love to the people over the world as we can. Goddess, we're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Danielle says, I was being lifted through the ceiling, saw myself going up. My son yelled and I dropped back down. Interesting, Danielle. And again, if you have any specific questions, hey, Ozzy, as long as you're over 18, and it always related to the Ashtar Command stuff tonight. So no other topics on the ET level. We're going to really try to educate and focus on everything with the Ashtar Command, since I've been working with the Ashtar Command for like a lot of years. And tonight I'm just going to be completely hanging out in my Ashtar Command mode, which is a cool thing to be, How can you meet your Ashtar family? You say Astro. It's actually Ashtar, Ashtar. Can you tell us the difference between the Galactic Federation? This is the thing, Tara. What I try to teach people is there's really not a Galactic Federation. That was started years ago on Facebook and on some of the internet websites when the internet first became an internet. The Ashtar Command really oversees all the galactic spiritual planets. So they're the main thing that handles all the different frequencies of light within that consciousness. All the cosmic Christ areas of light are through councils of light through the Ashtar Command. All these other things that were created on the internet were created through people years ago on Facebook and other internet created websites. Big Bank, welcome. And I don't know if April is still doing her live right now or not, but if some of my friends want to check if she's still live broadcasting, tell her that she's invited to join us. We're drinking iced tea tonight. Let's see. I can check. Yes, her green light's on. I don't know if she's on live or just she's got to go to the hospital. Is she on live though? Yeah, if she's on live, we'll try to get on here for a few minutes. If she's not live, that's okay. I know she's got stuff to do. But yes, so in terms of contacting your own space family, your star family, one of the things, and now tonight I really will focus on that, I think, a little bit. I know a lot of people have been asking, hey, Mercury Man up in Vermont, good to see you, brother. A lot of people have been, and Vincent, a lot of people have been asking me, Commander, how do I connect with my star family? She's on live. Okay, could someone tell her that we'd love to have her come in on the live here for Ashtar Command night? Get a few people. I know she's doing stuff. I want to get her in here for a little bit. Oh, really? Oh, okay, no problem. So we'll have her on next Saturday night. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I know she had to do that. Okay, so to release. Oh yeah, good. I'm finally glad her daughter's being released. That's a good thing. That'll be very good. Okay, we'll have her on next Saturday. So yeah, it's all good. And so in terms of touch with your Danielle, yes, everybody does have a star family. So yes, and the thing is, one of the things I want to teach people tonight is people saying, well, how could I get in touch with my star family? So let's look at the human factor of who we are, right? We're all human beings, first and foremost. I'm as human as the people here I'm looking at, the names I'm looking at. We're all human, but we're not just merely human beings. See, that has been the thing that has been a lie about us. When we were all born, we're born and say, oh, isn't that a beautiful boy or girl human being? And we're all just human beings. When you're a baby, you see everything. Your consciousness is unclouded. When you get older, your consciousness gets clouded on this planet because of all the barrage of 3D stuff that is thrown at your mind. So you don't see anything like you used to see it when you were a little kid. You might see space people when you're a little kid, but when you get older, you don't, because you're kind of like sucked into the 3D world of books and TV channels and all this other stuff, right? But in truth, you can remember. Thank you, Chesno, and you are the man too. Chesno is one of our 5 that's going off planet before we have contact in our group. We're Chesno, myself, Kit Kat, and Johnny, and April. And April's the overseer of our group, of a group of 5. And all of us are excited. We know the day is coming, but everybody here, you're all connected to a star family. I can't tell you who your star family is. If I was that smart, I'd be a genius, but I'm not. But I can tell you that if you meditate, if you learn to use higher vibrational music in your daily life, and if you focus on wanting to really connect with your star family out there in the universe, you could do it. You just have to find the right vibrational pattern in your meditations, and also learn to use your telepathy, meaning as I am speaking to you and you're speaking to me verbally, you do it in your consciousness. So if everybody practices that, at some point in time, your cosmic family, your Christed family out there on some planet somewhere is going to hear your voice through consciousness. Not through your mouth, but through consciousness. And through that consciousness, they will be able to communicate with you telepathically. Hey, Power. Yeah, ask them. So that means turning off your TV set, finding a quiet space. I don't care where it is. If you're in a warmer climate, find a place of peace near a beach by yourself, wherever it is. Practice about 20 or 30 minutes of meditation, trying to contact your star family by using high vibrational frequencies of music and trying to talk to them. Okay, that's okay. That's right. I got you. Yeah, it's definitely okay. I completely forgot about that. I've been so involved in the day here. So Camp Sparkles, I got you. We'll get her on next Saturday for sure. She's been going through a lot, and I'm glad that her granddaughter's gonna hopefully come out of the hospital situation too. We send her our love, and that's a good thing. So it's just one of those things where if people, let's see, child of the light, hi, child of the light. So when our human body passes, then we return to our star family. You're actually, in a sense, right on that. Matter of fact, yes. So when you leave this body, your body that's in stasis will be activated, and you will go back into that body, and your cosmic consciousness will be back in that body. You'll wake up out of stasis in the stasis element of that spaceship, and you'll come out, and you're going to be back in the body you were before you came to Earth. So yes. Now you also have the choice to either go back into your space body once you leave your physical human body, or you can actually go back into the human body and have another human experience. It's really going to be an optional thing for most people. So, Lazio, in a sense, what we call heaven, heaven is where the star people exist. Heaven is really the universe. It's the planetary systems of light. It's the solar systems. Heaven is really basically decoded. It's the whole multiverse. That's your heaven, the whole multiverse. But on Earth, in the 3D religions, they separate heaven and Earth. They make it sound like heaven is some separated place. It's not. It was misinterpreted by Earth-based religions. It was misinterpreted. So, yeah. But when we have contact, that in a sense is heaven. So when we have contact, when we have the actual contact, you'll be living in a sense in heaven now, because now we've had official communications with our star people, the space people, the spiritual people of light. That is your heaven. Some people would actually look at Earth as being a place of mixture of heaven and hell, because hell, in essence, is a planet that is messed up, polluted, wars, conflict. That would be your hell. Your heaven is a planet that doesn't have any of that stuff. So where our star families come from, beyond this Earth, it is heaven on the planets. Every planet is like a heaven, because there's no war, there's no pollution, there's no hate, there's no greed. None of those things exist. On Earth, it's a mixture of energy, because there are people that live in their own personal energy in a heavenly state. So many of you here might live in a heavenly state. You're loving people, you love each other, you love your animals, you love the Earth. You're in a heavenly state of consciousness. Okay? On a planetary scale, the Earth is mixed up with all this stuff going on, but we are now elevated into a higher frequency of energy. Steadily, can you tell me why I am all of a sudden have all these powers? Well, I can't tell you why you have all your powers, but people are becoming reactivated or remembering their cosmic abilities. So whatever those powers are, whatever you're able to do now that you weren't able to do a year ago or 5 years ago, everyone's becoming activated like in waves. Like a wave comes in from the ocean, it's a little wave. So that little wave is activated, the bigger wave, then a bigger wave. So human beings are remembering who they are. As you remember who you are, you're now becoming activated as a human being. And and really, we're not just human beings. We think we are. We're told to believe that we are just merely these human beings going to work every day, coming home, having dinner, and watching TV or watching a baseball game or a football game and going to sleep. Now, there are people that are like that. But I know all of you here aren't like that. And I'm sure steadily 26, you're not like that either. So, Stan, in terms of disclosure, I'd be happy to answer that question. Matter of fact, Stan, I would, again, you're on private, so I was going to bring you up, but disclosure is not going to happen inside any government in the world, whether it be Russia, the United States, China, European countries, Scandinavian countries. It's not going to happen by countries that are in power. The disclosure is going to happen when we have contact. Contact is going to be officially happening in 2026. In 2025, I want everybody to know that the Ashtar Command certainly will amp up its appearance more and more around the planet. Some of you might have visitations. I say some of you because I don't know who's going to have what. But I do know that those that are very much know what they're doing as humans that have contact with their space family have had a dream state. You've had contact with Syrians or Palladians or Andromedans or whatever it might be who you're in contact with in a dream state. Look forward to a physical visitation at some point next year. This is going to be individually done. The major point of contact will be in 2026 by the Ashtar Command. Our forces are coming more and more around the planet. Our people, our men and women from other planets are coming in many, many ships. Many of them will be cloaked. Some will reveal themselves at times to people, individuals, for very specific reasons, but they are coming. Francis, nope, the government is not going to be able to stop us. The government is going to be irrelevant. So don't worry about the government. The government won't be able to stop us. The government knows they can't stop us. There are too many of us here in human form like myself who came from the stars. I am with the Ashtar Command. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I am fully activated. The government's not going to stop us. They have no way of stopping us. The forces of light that are coming here will shut down, will be able to prevent anything. They already know, the Pentagon already knows that there's an Ashtar Command. Don't think that the Pentagon does not know that we don't exist or that we do exist, so to speak. They do. There's no fear. They're not going to stop us. All they can do is watch. That's all they're going to be able to do. At least people in Russia and the space agencies and everything, all they can do is watch. They can't stop it. They won't stop it. We won't let it happen. How do you change the public, Stan? If you go into your settings, Stan, switch your settings. You might have to go out and come back in. Switch your settings to public. And if you'd like to come up and ask some questions, we'll be happy to bring you up here. And good to have all of you with us. This is Ashtar Command. If you're just tuning in or watching, this is a night of answering all your Ashtar Command questions. And I'll be happy to do that. So all my information that I give you, I don't go to websites for information from other people. Hey, my cup of tea. I am downloaded. I'm fully confident in everything I say here. I have no hesitation in my communications of information. And so if I don't know the answer to the question, though, I will tell you I don't know the answer. So welcome to Ashtar Command Night. Mary, welcome, Mary. Smile On, welcome, Smile On. Uncle Coleslaw, that's a good name. Odai, good evening. Ronnie, welcome. Greta, hello. Maggie, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. So things are going to start happening. Hey, Lynch. Lynch over in out there in Greenland. Good to see you, brother. Good to see Lynch out there doing the light work he's doing out there in that part of the world, in the Atlantic area, North Atlantic. Do some of us have spouses on other planets? Yes. Very good question. As a matter of fact, many of you have not only spouses on other planets, but you have brothers and sisters on other planets as well. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Welcome to Ashtar Command Night. Here, Ashtar Command Q&A. Yes, and that's true. We should all love each other. And that is the basis of what the Ashtar Command presents. And when they come here, that's going to be a big deal, is that people should love one another. And that's something that is going to be a very big deal. And welcome everybody else coming in here. I'm just looking at your comments here as I get them. And if you have a question regarding the Ashtar Command, because that's what we're talking about tonight, about contact and all the things that are going to be happening within the next year, don't be afraid to ask me a question. I will be able to answer most of your Ashtar questions. If I don't have the answer, I'll tell you. Lacey, welcome. Lacey Steve, welcome to the show. Pat Wise, 732. Lisa says, will the stock market crash after open contact? Let me answer that question. I don't know if the stock market's going to crash. I don't think it'll crash, but who knows? But whoever works in the stock market or whoever has stock is going to be having their consciousness totally shaken up when contact happens. You know, because really, people that have stock in the stock market, when contact happens, all those material things like your stock market, your Bitcoin, or whatever those things are called, all the things that we think are important, the material things that we have in terms of the financial system, that's going to slowly change. Because we're going to be becoming a planet that doesn't have money. We're going to be becoming a planet that doesn't have material things as we currently understand it to be. We're going to be living in a particular way that's way different than the way we live right now. And you're going to learn from the many, many planetary star people the way they live on their planets. You're going to be able to learn how to live that way here on Earth. So when the Earth becomes a new Earth, you're not going to a new Earth. You're going to be living on this Earth, which will be your new Earth. So this Earth that looks like it's got its beautiful parts and its messed up parts is going to be what's the word I'm thinking of here? It's going to be renewed, rejuvenated, so to speak. I don't know how long that's going to take to be done for a whole planet, but the planet will eventually become a planet that's pristine and beautiful, a planet that has not been this beautiful before in such a long time in its billions of years of existence. So there's a lot of things you're going to experience about Earth on your own planet here. Legendary 1, I know what you mean. Can you get a ticket on the ship? When contact officially happens in 2026, you won't need any ticket. You'll be able to meet the star people. You might even get to meet your own star family, because everybody has one, Legendary. And even if you don't know, do I have a star family? Yeah, you do. You just don't know it yet, but everybody here has a star family. No one will be excluded at all in this journey. There's not going to be one person excluded in contact. And let's see, Stan has a question. Where's Stan? How can I get a visit from the command to commune with them for guidance? Let's see here. Oh, Stan, you changed it. I'm going to bring Stan up here. And I will bring people up here, randomly. This is Ashtar Command Night on Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Stan, welcome to the show. Welcome to Ashtar Command Night.
Hey, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me a second. Here, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, where am I? Yeah, I had my earpod off, so now I have it on. So I just did a switch over. So, is that a microphone in your hand? No, take that out. You can't smoke. No smoking.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
get in trouble.
Yep,
Take
gotcha.
the smoke away. You got to
gotcha.
keep that off. They'll ban me if that happens.
Okay, no
so
problem.
You have to put it out. Just put it out.
Yep,
You
got
don't
it.
need it right now. Okay.
Yep.
So, okay. So, in terms of your question, excuse me, it was how can I get a visit from the command? Remove Stan.
Oh crap! Sorry about that.
Okay. I gotta remove you. They told me. All right. TikTok told me I have to remove them because of that. So if I didn't remove them, they were gonna knock my live out, folks. So Stan, I'll answer your question off there. But now you know. Next time you come on, you'll have to do it. Yeah. Yeah. No apologies. TikTok is really strict about that. I didn't want to lose my live here. Yeah. So if you are going to come on live, folks, make sure you're not smoking anything on the live, or else I'll get knocked out of here, big time. Yeah, that was pretty quick. So, but in terms of your question, let me go back to him here. Let me see here. I was looking at Stan. How can I get a visit from like the command to commune with them for guidance? Through meditation. Stan, if you meditate and just focus on the Ashtar Command and say, I wish to communicate with the Ashtar Command star beings, and you basically want to do is focus on that meditation, and you can ask the question, but make sure you're making sure that they are Christed beings of light, and that they are, if they say they are Christed beings of light from the Ashtar Command, and you feel that energy, then communicate with them and ask them for guidance. If you need guidance, I'm also here. I'm with the Ashtar Command here on Earth. I am activated, so I can certainly give you some guidance here on the show. That's what I'm here to do. Tonight, I am Ashtar Command. So absolutely, without a question. Oh, good, Stan. Oh, you're most welcome. And again, I will be happy to have people ask me Ashtar related questions on live. I just got to make sure none of you are drinking or smoking on the live, any of that stuff, or else I'll be banned. You know, can't have that happen, and we don't want to see that happen either, right? Christy says, please. And who has a question that would like to join us? You have to be over 18. No driving on the live either. That's right. No drinking, no driving, no smoking on the live, no drunks, no drugs. Is it possible to get some forms? Command show, when you say it's impossible to get some forms, can you explain what you mean? And no swearing, too. Oh, some form of physical communications. So that'll actually start happening for individuals, Command show. I think it's going to start happening individually next year before major contact. But the way you can have physical communications is through meditation. Well, the meditation will allow you not only to have eventual physical communications. I think the first step is to do a Christed meditation on your own with using higher vibrational music, space music, and asking for physical communications with potentially your star family. So if your star family is Palladian, Sirian, Andromedan, whatever it might be, you want to meditate to start getting a verbal communications going first and building a relationship up so that down the road you can have a visitation or communications from your star family. That's the way to start. Okay, so let's see. Camp Sparkles. I'm going to bring you up. And again, everybody, no smoking on the screen. I'll be in big trouble. No drugs, no drinking, and any of that stuff. Anyway, Camp Sparkles, you're going to be invited up on the screen here. And you're watching Ashtar Command Contact, a Q&A. We'll see if Camp Sparkles can come up. And Megan, we'll bring you up too for your question. I'm going to try to be interactive here. Camp Sparkles, where are you? I just he had two questions. Camp Sparkles, press the multi-guest option on your screen, and we'll bring you up here on the show. Unless you're not able to do that. Thank you, Maria. And no children on the screen either. It's we're going to bring Megan on here, see if Megan can join us on audio. Megan, I'll pull you up here. Just press the save thing. This is a multi-guest option here to come on live with us on audio for Megan. How many people are starseeds? So if Megan, if you can come up here, do you know how to use the TikTok app for coming up live? Let me see here. Oh, you're going to change the setting? Okay. So she's changing her setting, and we'll have her. Camp Sparkles is changing his setting so he can come up here. All right. So whoever comes up first, I'll answer the questions here. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful Saturday night. Okay. Let me see if I can bring you up. I just pressed the guest option for Sparkles, Camp Sparkles. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's working. Whatever you did worked. And Camp Sparkles, you can go on your camera Commander. Too. If you, good to have you with us. You want to turn your camera on? Do you know how to use that? The camera setting? You just have to press that icon. And yeah, there's a camera setting on your screen on your TikTok. And if you press the one with the line on it, it's like looks like a little camera. It says camera. You press that and save it. You can go on the screen and you'll be live. It'll just switch over to putting you right on the screen here. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, it says you can do it.
I've got a camera settings that I I have the camera settings that it says it has, but I don't see a camera on my screen.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I wouldn't worry about it. I see a camera. I see a camera here, but anyway, I'm glad you're on here. So let's get back to your question. What is the question again? I think I got to go backwards to. Well, you can just tell us the question since you're on live with us.
One of the questions that I was wondering was, you said that everybody will get to go up on the ship.
Yes.
I know that there's probably people that wouldn't want to, so when the Ashtar Command is cleansing our planet and restoring it to how it was, what would happen to the people that don't go off planet?
I'm not sure yet how they're going to deal with that. I think a lot of the people that don't want to do that, I think it's based on fear of the unknown. That's mostly what I think without talking to those people. But I think the Ashtar Command will, in a way, communicate with them to make sure that they're at peace and that when they go off planet, what is that, a dog or something playing with a toy? Sounds like a dog or something in the background.
Yeah, sorry. I'm outside. I built a little campfire. My dog's playing with a squeak toy.
Yeah, I know. We have our in-laws have a dog too, and they play with the same kind of squeak toy, so no problem. So in terms of the question, I want people to know, and this question is important for everybody out here watching this. When people are taken off planet, there's a thing called these arcs. The arcs are like circular orbs, not really orbs, but they're circular type of a craft, so to speak. And the way I understand it is when the people are taken into these orbs, in human time, it's about an hour. In our human time, it's about off planet. It'll feel like you're off planet for a long, long time. But in essence, it's only going to be an hour Earth time. Then you'll be back on the Earth. And the way I understand it, it allows for the repairing of the planet, because the planet's been pretty messed up over billions and billions of years of things happening here. So this will be a regeneration of the Earth for the Mother Earth. And also, when those people who go into those orbs, they'll be in comfortable situations. They won't be afraid. There'll be space people there to help them, human people that look just like us, a little bit taller, men and women from other planets of peace, and you'll feel very comfortable. You won't have anything to be afraid of. The reason why people are afraid of doing this, some of them, is because they're so used to the way we've lived on this planet, they don't know what that's like. They don't know what it is like to go through something like this. They've never been through it. None of us really have, including myself. But I'm here to guide people to not be afraid. There won't be.
Yeah, I was thinking. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Continue.
No, go ahead. But I'm just saying, people, it's easy to say don't be afraid, but you have to explain to people why they don't have to be afraid. And if you can explain it like I am, there really won't be anything to be afraid of, because the space people will make sure you're comfortable while you're off planet, and that you'll have food and things to eat. And then when you go back on planet, things will be much better than they were before you went off planet.
Yeah, I was thinking the only people that probably wouldn't want to go would be maybe the people in power, because, like you said, they're going to be running to the bunkers and everything, and then people that are
people
afraid.
In power, yeah, they might be some of those people that are not happy because all their ego, all their power, and all the greed of their control of lying to the public about the Ashtar Command and about the space people for 70 years, now that's going to fall apart, and they don't have any control over the situation. The fact is, with this show, what all I've done here on my regular programming and on tonight with the Ashtar Command thing is we've come out of the closet publicly here and stated, myself and April have very clearly stated what is going to happen, and we're trying to make sure everybody's comfortable on the earth that are finding us to explain to them what's going to be happening soon, because it's really important for people to feel comfortable, at peace. We don't want anyone to be afraid. There's been so much misinformation on the planet and on the internet and on even TikTok and other social media platforms, misinformation about contact. And we're here to make sure people understand that it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's not going to be an invasion. None of that's happening. It's going to be a very beautiful experience for everybody. So I want everybody to understand that you're going to have the most beautiful experience in your life. And also your children are going to be able to live on a new earth, an earth that is peaceful. Your children, your babies, your kids are going to be living on a planet that is very different. Oh, there you are. Beautiful, man.
I figured it out. Sorry.
Oh, good. So, we're going to be living on we're living in beautiful times now, even though there's conflicts and wars and all these things happening. There'll be a time when that is all ended. We'll look back at the Earth history and say that's our past, and we'll never repeat our past, because we're now going to be living in a frequency and a vibration that we all come together in. So our children, your children, future children, they're going to be living on a new earth that has no war, no hate, no greed, no religion, and just everyone living in harmony with the Creator and all those beautiful things that we have to look forward to.
I actually thought of a third question. My second one was, you said our space families, we possibly have space spouses as well.
Yes.
What would be the transition? Because, I'm currently married, very much so in love with my wife. So when I would go to my space body, what would happen with the connections like that in our families here? Would we kind of forget about them, or just go back to our other ones?
No, you might have just the wife you're with, your soulmate, might be just that person going on the ship with you. She'll go back into her space body, and so your space body is in stasis. Stasis is, I keep getting these images of a tubular structure, very comfortable. The bodies are bigger. Our human bodies are a little bit bigger, maybe 2 feet or 3 feet bigger than what we are here. Whatever our height is here, we're probably 2 feet higher than we are here. Our bodies are all, in a sense, beautiful. We don't have weight problems or being too thin or being too fat. Our bodies are naturally just perfect. And so your better half, your partner, probably will be with you as your partner in space. If you go back and leave the human body, you'll be in the space body. She'll be as a woman in her space body, you in your space body. So there's going to be multiple situations. Some people who are single might be that their space woman or space husband is on a ship waiting to meet them. So those individual single people that are single on Earth have a partner in space somewhere that they will meet when they make contact.
Awesome. My third one was, ever since I've been a little kid, looking up at the sky, there's always been this one particular star. It flashes green, white, blue, and red, and I call it my old friend because I feel like I've known it my entire life. Do you think that could possibly be the ship or something related to my space family?
Yes, because you feel that and you understand it and remember it. That always is a memory in our heads from our cosmic past, meaning before you were on Earth, before you came here and you were informed from your parents, you were on a ship where you had those relationships and you're kind of remembering them. That's why you just said it, because you now have a little bit of a memory of something. But when you come back into full contact, you'll get to see all your relationships that are from other planets, all the space people, and even your dog will be able to go on the ship too. Oh, there's a beautiful dog there. So that dog will be going on the ship too.
I'm sure
And
he
all
will
our
be
animals,
very excited.
all our animals, believe it or not, we have a cat, my wife and I, my daughter, and all our animals will be able to go with us when contact happens. So if you have animals, I love animals. Your animals will be
Hi,
able to go
Bubba.
with you as well. Absolutely true.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful thing.
And thank you for having me up. I really enjoy your content. I
Oh,
try
thank
to
you.
come on every night around 11 when you come on,
Oh,
and
thank you.
really appreciate what you're doing. I've been trying to spread the message as much as I can to my friends and family as well. And
Oh,
even my
good.
dad, who's an old Southern guy, doesn't really go into change much with all the stuff going on in the planet right now. He's
Yeah.
actually kind of listened to what I said, and I think he's actually taking it to heart.
You see,
So
and the
your
beautiful
message is
thing
being
is,
spread very well.
well, you see, now I never know that, but to hear it from you, I appreciate that so much. I just do what I do, and the command keeps telling me your message will get out to people, and they watch the show. The command is watching us right now. They can see you on the spaceship. They can see me, and they can see everybody here. My father's Commander Robar is watching it. I'm sure Luna is. My two sisters and brother on the ship. So I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're spreading the message, because that you are the ones out there by spreading the message about what we're doing and getting people onto TikTok to watch this program. You're helping spread the message of truth. We don't channel anything here. We don't have crystal balls, as you know. We don't have pendulums. We don't have like cards going to read cards about what's going to happen. I'm downloading the information from my space family constantly, and sometimes I have to turn it off because I have to be able to operate on Earth and do my daily stuff here, go in the market or whatever. But I am fully activated, so I'm happy that you came here and asked me those questions. I appreciate that.
Yeah, as soon as you said that they're watching it and that they can see everything and pretty much know about everybody that's in the chat, I actually got kind of goosebumps down my spine.
Oh, thank you. Yes, they are watching you. They can see you. You have a
Yeah,
very pure energy. Your energy is very,
thank you.
very high up. You are.
Usually, whenever I'm watching your show, my dog always likes to go out and play, and it's been unusually clear in the sky pretty much since I've started watching you, and I've been able to see the stars every night. So I usually come out and take a couple minutes just to look at the sky, and I usually meditate before bed for at least
Well,
20 minutes to an
you have
hour.
a star above you. There's a star, a little white star behind you.
That one's the
It's
light.
no, not the light. There's a star there. Is there not? I see the reflective
Yep,
light. That's
there's
a star.
one very bright star directly
Yeah,
above my house, and the one that I feel connected to is
yeah.
slightly over to the right. If you can see where the light is, it's just over to the side of it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it could be the bright star could be a planet. I don't have my
Well,
star chart here, but
thank you so much for having me up, and like I said, love your content, and I'm trying to help as much as I can because I
I
am very
appreciate
much so
that.
looking forward to it.
I appreciate it, dear brother. I thank you so much, Camp Sparkles. You're great. I'm going to bring you down very gently here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so this is one. I'm happy to answer your questions around the world. This is Ashtar Command Night as we get close to 2025. We're going to see a lot of things happening above us. That is not going to be the official period of contact. That's happening in 2026. I don't think she's no. She's oh yeah, no problem. No, we'll get her on next Saturday. No, I know she's going. She's doing what she needs to do. That's fine. All right, and Patrice Williams says, "I need the Ashtar Command to come and work on me." When you say that, Patrice, can you explain what you mean by work on me? Excuse me. And I want to send our love from the command and just let you know the command is watching the program. So I want to welcome everybody here. Jeremy Rowe, welcome. Jan, Emily, all the new people coming in here. Welcome to Ashtar Command Night. Roger Parry, I think it is. IYW Lolo M something. Don't care. That's an interesting name. And if you do have any questions for me related to the Ashtar Command, this is a night of Ashtar Command questions, and I'll be able to try to answer most of them. And one of the things to look forward to is really the most important thing I think I can share with you, and they keep telling me this, is you need to always elevate your consciousness. They're concerned that people take the time to elevate their consciousness. Not so much the brain. The human brain, we all have one. But the elevation of your consciousness is going to allow you to be in that frame of consciousness where you can actually start communicating. And that takes time because we're always using the brain, in the human body, we use our brain. If I remember correctly, I think the Ashtar Command broadcasted on television in the late 90s. It was actually in 1977 over in the TV station in England, ITN TV, during a newscast, they overtook the broadcast for a little bit, and people in England heard it, and it went viral years later and was recorded and put on YouTube and a couple other social media outlets. Linda says, Commander, last Thursday, amazing, felt renewed at work on Friday when you sent the light. Oh, thank you, Linda. And one of the things I will do tonight before the end of our broadcast is I will do an Ashtar Command. I'll send a ray of light out to everybody watching the show tonight. And that'll be my gift to everybody who's watching our program, Ashtar Command Night. Greetings to you as well. Greetings, and more greetings. Commander, tell everyone about the star people making us younger. Okay. So Cleo was asking me to tell everybody about the star people. So the thing is, when contact happens, whatever age you are right now, whatever it is, I don't know if you're 70, 80 years old, 60, 25, it doesn't matter. When contact happens, you'll be able to renew your body so that you don't look old, meaning that our space people, my father included, he's thousands of years old, but he looks to be 20 or 30, okay? Many of you who have gone through all kinds of stuff, when contact happens, there'll be the ability to renew your age into a physical form of looking and feeling not only young, but you will look young, regardless of the age. So there will be a way of doing that to rejuvenate your body, your cellular structure. Everything will be rejuvenated from the hair on your head to everything else. You're welcome for all your relatives. Good to see you. Thank you very much. I think it's Side Check Girl, if I pronounce that right. Christy, actually, I'll bring you up. I'm going to bring people up randomly here. Christy, I'm going to bring you up. You can ask me that question live. You have to be over 18. No smoking on the show. No drinking on the show, on the camera. None of that stuff. And I'll bring Christy up if she wants to. Just press the multi-guest option, Christy, and we'll have you up as a guest if you wish to come up. She's asking me, how did you become activated? Many years ago, actually, as I was getting older, I became somewhat activated, but now I am fully activated, and I'm able to, with the palm of my hands, just right here, in 2 seconds, I can shoot a beam of energy out to everybody in the room. Now, a few years ago, I wasn't able to do that, but my father activated me on the ship recently in the last few months to be able to do things with the palm of my hand. Now, I don't even know what the end results are of what that is. I don't know what the limitations of the energy are. I have no idea. But I do know that I'm able to, on my regular nights, I'm able to do things like I was using my energy from my hands to help somebody remember how to connect with their cosmic family. I did that one night. It was 3 nights ago. I have spent the last number of weeks with people that have had implants with my Ashtar Command activated energies. I'm able to take implants out remotely and destroy them. I've been able to, the other night, I sent a beam of light into the whole room, which affected everybody that was watching. Excuse me. Can I ease pain? I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. I don't even know what my limitations are or not, or my non-limitations are with my Ashtar Command film he gave me. So back. Oh, okay. I'll call you sick. Okay, sick. Let's see. So Tristy, back to your question. I get the downloads. My father touched me on the forehead, and that activated me. When he touched me, he activated me. So that's how I became activated. I would just like to remember things. And Bonnie L, it's good to see you. So you will, as time goes on through meditation, Bonnie, that's your key thing. If you meditate and really spend time with higher dimensional meditation music, you will eventually remember things. You definitely will. It takes time, but you will. And that goes for anybody who's having trouble remembering things on the cosmic level. Through meditation and through centering yourself, you will remember things eventually. 6 says, I remember being a certain rank 7. I'm not sure what rank 7 is. Oh, you're welcome, Bonnie. Hey, Say, welcome. Good to see you, Say. I'm just looking at it. And again, don't feel shy if you want to ask any Ashtar Command questions and come on live. You can do that. Kitty Cat, do you remember past lives? Well, if I have to say a past life, it would be not so much past that I did come from Mars. So in my past life, in a way, I came from Mars, but I also came here to Earth from the Ashtar Command, if that makes any sense. Welcome, Alex. I see some new people here. Tracy. Welcome, Tracy. Batman. Everybody, welcome to Encounters Ashtar Command Night. Glad to see everybody here. Thank you for the share. Jeffrey, when the star people come, Jeffrey, we'll bring you on if you're over 18. Jeffrey, you want to ask us a question, come on live. I'm going to randomly press the person's profile button and invite you on live. And those who know how to do that, you can just press the guest option and we'll bring you up here live over 18. No smoking on the show, no drinking on the show, drugs on the show, no anything like that, no kids on the show, no cursing on the show as well. Let's see here. So if you need to, if you want to ask me a question, you have enough followers, go into the guest queue. You'll see the multi-guest option. Press that, and we'll take questions in the line of order of people that are in the guest queue. I love interacting with people verbally, so if you are able to do that, please do. If you're not able to know how to do that, that's fine. One of the things interesting how you ignore my question, my every question. Coda. Your question is being actually muted by TikTok. I didn't even see a question. So TikTok is actually, and actually I see you have 11 followers. So TikTok, I see you saying how I ignore your question. repeat the question again. It might be the way you're wording it. So TikTok actually will filter comments. Okay, let's see here. So I'm not really trying to, no one saw your question. So I think TikTok is filtering the comments. I see Jeffrey Mathis. When the star people come and make us young, will they cure us from having AIDS too? So all those things, it's not so much that they're going to make us young. We'll have the ability, once we make contact, there'll be ways of getting our aging so we don't look like we're falling apart and wrinkled. And yes, I think they will have a cure for the AIDS as well. Yeah, Kodak, use different words on your question. TikTok is filtering it. Okay, we have Carl McKenzie. Carl McKenzie, welcome to our Ashtar Command Q&A night here. Kit Kat, welcome Kit Kat. Carl McKenzie, welcome. I'm CmdrAleon with the Ashtar Command. Good to have you with us. And how may I help you?
Okay, you saying that UFOs are true, huh?
Well, UFOs are just a terminology that we made on Earth called unidentified flying objects. What I'm
Yeah.
talking about tonight is that there are spaceships, and I'm going to go very directly into that. From where I come from, off planet, before I came here as a star seed, I'm a space being with the Ashtar Command. I do a big talk show here called Encounters. Every Saturday night, I do our Ashtar Command show, just to give you some background. And I answer questions about contact, which will be happening in 2026 physically with people on Earth.
Okay, okay. So you say y'all have spaceships, okay? Now,
Yes,
now you know it had to be made somewhere, right?
the ships are not like on Earth, though, not the same way as Earth-based NASA creating a rocket. It's a totally different concept. The ships that
Okay.
come from other worlds are made by consciousness. There are ships that are made physically in other ways, but many of the ships are made collectively by consciousness. So the space people
Oh, so
can create.
you saying the spaceship is just in your head? It really ain't no spaceship, it's just in your mind.
No, not saying that at all. I'm saying that the space people from off planet can create a spaceship through consciousness, meaning they create the spaceship. It does physically exist, but is a living ship. You've never heard that
Okay.
term before. It's a living
Okay, well
ship.
let me ask you this then. What kind of gas they use? Regular,
No,
unleaded,
no,
supreme,
no, no, none of
diesel?
that stuff. All your Earth-based stuff that you believe in, that is totally not what happens. They don't have any gas. There's no fuel.
Well,
Everything
why don't
is.
you turn us on to that so we can stop using gas then?
Yeah. So if you watch this show long enough, you're going to learn a lot about the cosmic here. You're
Well,
going to
tell us
learn.
about the gas. Tell us about the gas thing, cause that's one of our issues right now. We want to
Well,
know how we can drive our cars without gas, like our spaceships don't have no gas. It's not made nowhere, but y'all got it.
no, yeah. Let me explain something to you. You're living in a world where you only have what you know, which is a 3D reality of what you see in front of you. When contact happens, you're going to be blown away and you're going to have your consciousness shift from where you are now because you have a certain belief system. And it's not wrong. You were all brought up on earth as humans with a certain way of, in our textbooks and our lives and shopping malls and all these things around us. All that's going to change, brother. So you're going to learn, you're just, I can see you're just here and you're just starting out to want to know these things. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but if you're patient enough, and I think you are, your mind is going to shift. Your consciousness is going to shift. You're going to
Okay,
see
let me
things
ask you
way.
this question then. Since y'all space people or whatever, let me ask you this question right here. Now, I've seen, things on television, saying, oh, that might be a spaceship. Oh, that's a spaceship. This, that, the third, right? Okay, but do you know how many people on this earth? There's like 8 billion people on this earth. So why do y'all space people just have like one spaceship you see every now and then that supposedly they think that's a spaceship with 8 billion people here on earth? Why is y'all sending one spaceship?
Okay, so now let me answer your question. First, you're incorrect. There's not. No one's sending one spaceship. There are tons of
Okay, how many have
spaceships.
you seen? How many you
Let, let,
seen?
well,
That
let me
one
answer
hit
your let me answer your question, okay? Because you're new to
the
this.
world.
Let me ask your question. Let me answer your question. There are so many spaceships that are cloaked around our planet right now that you don't see. If you look at my main page, there's tons of people recording unidentified flying objects that are not of this planet. They're from other planetary systems.
Oh,
Now, even
so
though
so
you
ho. You saying so tons of people from another planet
no,
recording?
no, no, tons of people on Earth, like you and me, are recording with their cell phones spaceships in wherever they are. Europe, they could be in Russia. They're recording and documenting these things. I know you're new to all this, but there are people documenting right now. There are more sightings all over the planet than ever before in the last 70 years. I
Since
know a lot
when?
about this stuff. Since when? For the last 70 years.
Wait. Well, why come we don't never see it on our television then?
No, you're not going to see it on your TV. You see, you're not understanding something. It's not your
Well, how can
TV
you
said.
record something and we know about it if it's not put on television?
No, it's not about being put on TV. It's about you being consciously outside of your house in an area where there's less light pollution, taking the time to spiritually get
Light
in tune with
pollution.
yourself. Yeah.
Sure. I never heard of
Yep.
light pollution.
You don't know what light pollution is.
Never heard of it.
When you go outside, if you have a bunch of lights in a neighborhood, that's called light pollution.
A bunch of lights in a neighborhood is called light pollution.
Right, right. If you can't see the stars or the moon, and there's a lot of interference with light pollution from artificial structures, that's called light pollution.
I never heard of it.
Well, you've seen it, but you probably never heard of it.
Okay, but so now again, can you explain to me one more time how do y'all make the spaceships?
Okay, so spaceships, multiple ways. When people create the spaceships, there's two ways it's done off planet. Forget all the stuff you believe about what you taught on Earth. It's all
I
immaterial to
didn't
what I'm
forget
saying.
that.
Okay, so when they make the ships are produced, many times they're through living consciousness. So that we call it a living ship. So, for example, the ships of the Ashtar Command, many of them are created through consciousness. They are physical vehicles, just like you see a NASA rocket or space station. These ships are way bigger. Many of these ships are created through consciousness, through thought. They're collectively created. I know you don't understand that, but I'm telling you, you asked me a question, I'm giving you an answer.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, well I missed it then. What say it again?
I'm going to say it again to you.
Yeah.
If I have 10 people and we decide to leave planet XYZ to come to Earth, and we're far more advanced than you spiritually and otherwise, we can create a ship as big as we want through our consciousness. So if 10 of us get together, you can't do it here because you don't have that consciousness, but we can because we're more advanced than you on a lot of levels. It's a living ship. It has a control. It has the ability to go from one place to the other. We control it through consciousness. It's called a living ship.
I never heard of the things you saying really don't make any sense.
That's
You
because
saying
you've never heard. That's because you've
listen,
never heard it before. I'm just trying to give you. Asked me a question.
yeah,
I'm
because they don't
answering.
make any sense. I make a ship through my consciousness.
Yes, you do. Well, you don't, but the space people do.
And then
Yes.
what kind of fuel y'all use again?
We don't use any fuel. Everything is created through consciousness.
Boy, you got a hell of an imagination. But
No,
one thing about
I have no
it,
I have no imagination. I'm answering your question, sir.
you look like you might be past 30 years old, and you believe in spaceship, huh? Like the Jetsons, George
No,
Jetson.
nothing like that. I believe in. It's not. It's not. It's not a belief system, sir. I understand you're asking me honest questions. This is all new to you. I'm pretty sure it is all new to you. But if you allow yourself the ability to listen to this program, you're going to learn quite a bit of few things that you don't understand. And I appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, yeah. I like to ask you though, man. Could y'all please? I mean, I don't care if y'all got your spaceships and you got your fuel. Could y'all please turn us on to the gas y'all use? Cause y'all don't
Well,
stop at no
let me,
gas station.
hey, Carl, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something before I let you down. And I appreciate your questions. I know for a fact None of this makes any sense to you because you've never experienced it, but you're going to experience it whether you believe it or not. It's going to be happening. There's going to be contact. So you better get
Okay.
yourself, listen to me. You better get
Okay. How
yourself
did you see it
prepared.
and I ain't see it and I'm older than you?
It doesn't matter about age. You need to get
No, I'm
yourself
just trying to figure
prepared.
out when did I miss it? And you and the rest of these people in the chat talking about look up in the sky. Now I've been outside before, I think. Now I don't know how old y'all are. Maybe y'all. How old are you? 900, 10,000, hundreds.
So
What?
I don't get into that. So if you're asking me all these
I'm older
questions,
than you. I just don't know how you seen it and I ain't seen it. And I've been here longer than you.
I'll tell you why you haven't seen it. You want to know?
Y'all wrong
Let me answer your question. So you keep throwing questions. You know why you haven't seen it? You want to know why? I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because you haven't opened your consciousness up to see it. That's why.
Oh, I ain't
Your,
opened my conscience enough to see the
yeah,
spaceships.
your consciousness is closed. That's why you're not seeing anything.
Oh, okay. So your consciousness open and y'all get gas in the spaceship.
Yes. No, there's no gas in the spaceship. I already answered that question. I told you there's no
Okay, well, what do
gas.
you use for fuel, man?
There's no fuel. Everything is
No
done
fuel.
through. Now, the energy from the universe creates the ability for the ships to go through wormholes and many different ways of transportation. You're thinking in terms of 3D ways of transport. You got to get out of that thought because the space people from other planets do not operate the way you do on Earth.
Oh, okay. Well, what do y'all eat? Y'all don't eat either, do you?
Oh, no, they do. No, so you're answering your own question.
Do
The
y'all
space
eat
people.
food?
Let me answer your question. You gonna let me answer it?
Okay.
The space people are vegetarians. They don't eat meat. They eat vegetables, fruits. That's what they eat.
Oh, okay. Well, where are they grown at? Because
They grow them. They grow them on. Let me answer your question. Let's stop there.
we
They
found
grow them.
anything, no forms
Let,
of
let,
life
let me
out
answer
of
your
the places
question.
that the
You just
United States have visited. They have found.
you asked me a question. Let me answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay. They grow them on their own planets. They come from other planets. They grow
Okay,
vegetables and fruits on
well,
their own
how many
planets.
planets? How many planets is it?
Well, I couldn't tell you how many planets, sir. That's a question I don't know. There's billions and billions of planets in the multiverse.
Well, why we haven't seen them? Because we only recorded maybe like 7 or 8 planets or something like that. I'm not sure, but
Okay, but again, understand you're living on
I
a
know
planet,
we ain't we haven't have no billions of planets.
sir. There are billions of
It's only
planets.
you. Only
No,
people that
sir.
believe there's billions of planets, you and them black girls. That's
Okay,
about it. Cause
okay.
they fall
I
for
think
anything.
I think this is a question that has to. I think we're done. I think we're done. I tried to help him. I tried to help him. Give me a second to refocus here. You know, I'm not always done, but that person, I was done. I did the best I can. I tried to answer all the questions. And if they're not going to hear me, there's nothing you can do with a human being like that. And even for me, when a person is that ignorant to not want to hear the answers, uh, there's not, so that person, when contact happens, they will see stuff and it's probably going to shock them. They're probably going to be totally shocked because they're not listening. But I tried to do my best. So, I believe in trying to give everybody a chance. But if they don't want to listen to the answers, you can't help them. You know, I do the best I can. Yeah, he was pretty disrespectful, I think. You know. Oh, thank you. So that won't happen again. So now I have DC Stop Wellness. So now depending how these people act when I come on, I'm either going to put them on here and keep them on. If they get disrespectful, I'm going to knock them right off the live here. DC Stop something wellness or welling or something. You got to be over 18, no foul language, no kids on the show, no smoking, no vaping on the show, no drugs on the show, No religion, politics, or anything else like that. DC, stop. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good. I'm hoping you're better than my last guest.
Oh no, I have valid questions, and I'm not a non-believer. I take everything with a grain of salt, of course, as we all do. But sometimes you have to have an open mind to these type of things. But yes, the discussion is what contact with aliens or
Well, I'll give you some background. So we do a thing called encounters every night.
okay,
Tonight on Saturday nights we do a show uh, that is directed towards the Ashtar Command, and I don't assume everybody knows what Ashtar Command is.
okay,
So Ashtar Command is the star people, the space people, the Christed beings of light that come from many planetary worlds.
okay,
And so the essence of what we do is tonight we spend our time focusing on contact in 2026 in
hmm
terms of what's going to be happening. And we want to get people prepared. One of my main goals is, as well as my friend April, is to get people prepared for contact, which is going to happen about a year from now.
got you, got you. So you guys are fully aware of the Robert Monroe Institute and stuff like that?
I don't know about the Institute. We have my friend April goes on the ships over 100 plus times in Vermont, and our space family, my biological family, my father is on a spaceship. My two sisters and brother and her family, as well as there's a couple of other of us here that are called the Group of Five. So the
Okay.
Group of Five is the first group to go off planet before contact,
Uh-huh.
and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on that is going to be affecting 8 billion people on the earth in less than a year.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this: so these experiences that the five have had, are these actual physical experiences, or are these more astral experiences and
Uh,
non-physical?
so I'll answer the question in this way. So, for example, my friend April, who's a commander of her own ship off planet, it's a physical experience. It's always physical. With the other of us, myself, Kit Kat, who's in here, who I've met from Long Island, myself, Johnny, and Chesno, who's the other two people in our northeastern corridor, we all met through my show. Okay.
Hmm.
And it ended up that I was talking to her about fairies when I had first talked to her on my show Encounters. The next
Hmm.
thing I know, she's going on a spaceship with the Ashtar Command. I'm with the Ashtar Command, and then we became friends. And then I became friends with Kit Kat, Chesno, and this other person, Johnny of the Third Kind. And all five of us are part of a group of five. There's other groups. Ours is the first group of five that are going to be taken off planet together at some point before contact, and we're
Oh,
going to
okay.
physically. So we all have parents on the ship. It's an interesting story, and then down the road it'll be part of the history books of the planet. We're the ones that are on all the social media, with Facebook or whatever, on this TikTok media. This is where I came. Is how I met these people, and we're the ones that are going to be doing things that are people are going to experience. We're the ones that are going to be facilitating and coming back to Earth before contact. Then I figure in 2025, at some point, early to mid 2025, we'll start being taken off planet like our friend April, and we'll be going on the ships together and we'll be coming back usually within an hour to the Earth, and we'll be broadcasting on TikTok what we get, what we're able to transmit to the public around the world who have this technology or this TikTok app. We'll be able to use this app, which we're using, to communicate the information to everybody here.
Okay, 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 okay. Well, my experience in this situation is definitely might be a little different. But yeah, I've had astral experiences with entities of that nature from the gray aliens, whatever you want to call it. I've had those experiences in a non-physical fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But far as like being physically inside of a spaceship, man, that sounds pretty cool. But you guys do know that people will not take that seriously because they would think that it's some type of religious cult or something like that. The way you're talking
Mm-hmm.
sounds very familiar to things from the past that we've heard before. So what separates you guys from that versus now?
Yeah, because all those religious cults are what they are, religious cults. We are people that are here to liberate the planet and remember who we are. We're Starseed. It has nothing to do with religion. I know people have been kind of skewed by a lot of stuff in the past that it's been negative, and we also, know that history and what those people did, and it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about people being physically contacted by their space family, and it's a big difference. A lot of the people here understand it. A lot of people are coming here to learn things. I completely get it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here to bust the matrix and let people realize that don't believe half the stuff you see on the internet, half the garbage on the TikTok. Like, for example, there was this whole thing in New York of some spaceship coming over the city, and it was really a holographic image for a musical artist, and people were so one guy created a video saying, they're going to do this, and I left a message on their recording saying, stop the fear-based stuff about space people, because it's not true. And there's too much lies going on there, and I have to do what I do to stop the lies about what's going on, because people are susceptible to believe lies. Humans, there are a lot of humans that say, oh, we're going to be invaded or attacked, and they get into that mode of thinking, and it's absolutely not true what's coming here.
That's total man-made malarkey. But it really is. But I do have a different scenario to throw out there to you. How about this scenario here? What if what we're seeing is not what we think we're seeing, and it could be just actually humans, that have done some reverse technology and has been doing this for a very long time. And maybe the aliens have helped us in a non-physical form. We're like antennas, so maybe they're channeling us in that type of form where we can excel our minds to the greatest potential of any higher being. So I'm just saying, do you ever think that possibly what we're seeing is actually man-made things versus actually alien crafts?
Okay, so I'm going to answer your question, and I'm very bold to say this: that aliens don't even exist, and I'm going to tell you why. That's that's a word created by the media around the world. The word alien never existed until we created it. What exists is people, non-terrestrial, extraterrestrial, multidimensional, interdimensional, what have you, beings. Mm-hmm. Those are proper terms. If you were to tell my father he's an alien, that would not be proper. He's a space human who's probably 2 or 3 feet taller than I am. My mother, she's 2 or 3 feet taller than maybe 2 feet taller than I am. These are very beautiful people. The skewing of the media on Earth, and this really is this thing that gets me, is that most documentaries, most people involved in ufology, every time you see an image of what appears to be an ET, it's always garbage. It's always like an evil-looking space person that's ready to eat you up. I'm with the Ashtar Command. I'm here to tell people, no, I will actually fight back those things because I need to. I'm from that level of consciousness. People need to understand that the majority of the space people are beautiful people, just like you. They look just like us. They have families on other planets, just like we do. They live in harmony with the Creator, as we don't. We don't live in harmony with anything. We live in disharmony on this planet. People are killing each other. People are blowing things up. We've poisoned our water. We've done all these things, and yes, we do have reverse technology, but the ones that gave it to us were the negative ETs in order to abduct human beings on this planet. The Ashtar Command has been right now involved in getting the negative ETs off the planet, everybody, before contact. They're getting all the negative ETs off the planet. There's a lot of things I know that I'm sharing tonight.
So how do we all tap into that? Is that something that only you are able to tap into because you have?
No, you're able to tap into it too.
So my question, I guess, is if these things, because honestly, if you go to the Monroe Institute, and I advise anybody to do that, that's where you can get some real in-depth look at a lot of things. Using vibrations and sounds, definitely, you can contact any ET from my experience. You know, let's not say ET. Let's say interdimensional beings, right? This is my experience. Definitely, certain hallucinogens and certain sounds have triggered that, and I have seen these things. So I'm not saying anybody's lying, but my only problem is the deception of what humans have been doing for centuries. They have
Right.
deceived us for so long.
You know what? And you're right. You want to know what the deception is?
Mm-hmm.
The deception is people believing all the garbage in their textbooks going to school when they were kindergarten, all the way up to high school to college, the media of the world, whether in the U.S. or wherever. The deception is the Pentagon for 70 years lying about the existence of intelligent life in the universe. The deception is people being gullible enough to believe what they've been taught to believe. And my whole thing is to bust the matrix, and that's what I do. I do it every day. I do it because part of my mission on Earth with the command is to get people shaken up enough to stop believing all the garbage that they've been taught to believe.
Very, 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 very wise, very wise, very wise. And you know, you guys sound pretty solid, and you have your thing that you got going on.
Yeah.
I may not agree with everything that you're saying. Some of it, honestly, sounds a little cultish, but hey, that's just my opinion. But I
So
do.
let me explain something. So when you say cultish, every religion on this planet is a cult. Every political party is a cult. Every political party is a cult. Everything like that is a cult. You know, people that spend their times in shopping malls could be considered a cult. People that have an obsession with buying a TV every year can be a cult. Going to sports games every day that are $3,000 can be a cult. So, you know, on Earth, the word cult can be a lot of different things, but there's certainly the one thing I am not, being a broadcaster and being on radio for over 21 years and studying broadcasting and media in college. I'm certainly, I want you to understand there's no cult. When we talk about Ashtar Command, it is real. These are space people. They're not a cult. These are people that are human beings from other planetary systems. The reason why you have that kind of a belief system is because of all the garbage that we've seen on over the years on our planet with things that are considered people that did things that they shouldn't have done, that I've seen that were like unrelated to real contact with space people.
Oh wow!
So you have to understand that.
I'm seeing the comments. They keep saying April. This April person. So does she have any, like, you know? I guess I'm coming from a civilian standpoint. So again, it's out of respect. Okay, so I sound a little ignorant. I'm sorry, but I mean, is there any physical proof? Like, can we
physical proof? Let me explain something to you.
Cameras don't work during the time of these situations.
Let me explain to your question. When she's documented, my friend has documented every single thing. So when people say physical proof, no disrespect, the people that ask those questions have no physical anything. They just have a question. She has, and everyone who's watched her, and I know her personally, she's physically been taken off planet over 100 times, physically.
And you were there. You saw it?
We don't need a Monroe. We don't need a Monroe Institute, Harvard University, or Stanford in what's happening here. What people need to do.
Saw it with your own eyes.
No, she physically has been taken on the spaceship. She's documented it.
But you were
no,
there.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
She's there. I'm here. We have multiple people. I have a lot of people in here that understand what she has been experiencing, and I'll back her up 10,000% as a talk show host.
That's
10,000%.
Hey, listen, you know, like I said, you know, I'm ignorant to the situation. I'm from the show me state. You know, please, you got to show me, because you can tell me anything. You can tell me the sky is purple, and you know, you understand what I'm saying?
And I know you're new to all this, and you don't know who she is. But if you start watching my show more often, your mind is going to be opened up to a lot of things. And I do understand that. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. I'm subscribed to you, and I'm definitely, you know, my mind is always open. It's just that I have trouble when humans start to manipulate certain things and say they've seen things and all that. And it's like, come on, we need proof here. Come on.
Yeah, no, the thing is, the problem with the word proof, that gets you in. So here's what happens with the word proof. That gets you in trouble. I'll tell you why. Because even if I were to tell you a story right now and you weren't in my shoes, like, for example, I saw a spaceship in the 1980s coming out of a club. I used to do reggae music in a club when they had albums. And I went out in a small shopping center. Behind it was hills and everything here in Connecticut. I went outside. And I'm not going to try to prove to you, I don't have to do anything. I saw a ship about 2 football fields in length hovering above a condo complex on a hill in the outskirts.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
All right. So when people say they need proof or they want proof, I say the heck with the proof. If you're not in my shoes, I don't have to tell you anything. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
So after that experience, what happened after you saw the ship? Did the ship tend to follow you? Because there has been a lot.
I'll tell you what happened. I watched it for 35 minutes above this complex. It had tubular bottoms. I have a great memory. It had lights lit up like a firecracker. It shot 2 beams of light out of it. One was like an orange, one was yellow, and it was doing geometry in the sky above me. It was doing all these zigzagging lines. I saw this. Now, someone said, Commander, I need proof of that. I don't care whether you want proof or not. It's my story. I'll live by it. I've seen it. I don't care. I'll tell you.
But you see when you do that,
to the kitchen.
Yeah, but when you do that, see that kind of, you're saying that what I saw trumps anything, and your opinion doesn't matter,
that's exactly what I'm saying. At that point,
but that's a problem, because now,
not for me. It's no problem for me because I don't care.
I got you. I see what you're doing. Okay. All right. I got you, man. I got you.
See where I'm coming from? Man, I don't care.
Hey, look, man, you guys have a wonderful night. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
All right. Well, I appreciate your questions, man. I think you were a much better guest than the last one. So.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Man, I'm gonna go and subscribe, man. I'll be back, man. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you. Hey, DC, thank you for coming on here on Ashtar Command night, and welcome to. And our encounter shows on every night. So this is our special night. We talk about UFOs and contact and all that stuff during the week, and people who have been visited. So it's we get into all that stuff.
No problem. I love it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, man. I'm gonna bring you down. Let me do that. Okay, that was a good guest. DC was a good guest. So there you go. The commander, my Ashtar commandership is coming out tonight, folks. So if you see me acting like I'm acting, I'm being the commander that I am, spiritually and cosmically. And as you know, I really don't care. I loved his questions. This is the one thing you have to understand. If someone tells me they need proof of me seeing a spaceship, I'll tell that person, I don't care what you need. It doesn't matter. You didn't have my experience. You weren't in my shoes. You didn't have that experience. It doesn't matter. You can go looking for proof for 10,000 years and asking people, well, you got to show me your proof. You got to show me show me that spaceship. I don't have to show you anything. If I had the experience, I don't care whether you believe me or not. The one thing you have to know about the commander is I'm here to bust the matrix. Let me see here. Joseph wants to come up. I want to see, I would be worried about people believing blindly. Yeah, I would. But I think that if people understand what they believe, that's a big difference. If people just come in to anything, whatever it is, believing that they can swim without swimming, you can't swim without swimming unless you learn how to swim. But I think most people in the area of the Ashtar Command or understanding of star people that understand that space people do exist beyond Earth, that's a positive belief, but it's real. The thing is that to believe that there are star people beyond Earth that exist, it's not even a belief system. It's a reality. I mean, people have had visitations. So at that point, it's no longer a belief system. It's a reality. If you have visitations from a Palladian star person and you physically have visitations and someone says, I don't believe you had the visitation, who cares what they believe? You had the visitation. Does it matter whether 10 other people believe you or not? No. You had the visitation. You had the contact. What does it matter? It doesn't. What matters is people that don't believe that you had the visitation need to get their head together, meditate, and start waking up. That's what they need to do. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, oh, he did good. No, I think Nicole, he did really good. DC was a good guest. I loved him. He was really good. He asked really good questions. Let's see here. Not sure. Again, you have to be over 18. No smoking on the show. No vaping. No kids. No drugs. No drunks. Let me see here. We got a lot of people here. Let me see who I start with. I'm going to start with Crystal. And Crystal's next. I love all these interviews. This is really great. I'm happy for all the questions. I'm going to try to answer them as best I can. Crystal, hey, welcome to the show.
Hi, Commander. Thanks for having me on. I've
Oh, my
been
pleasure.
watching. I've been watching your show for quite some time, and I love it. I haven't been lucky enough to have any encounters myself. I've never experienced any UFO sightings or anything, but I wish I have, because I would love to be able to see it, to see something, feel something. Ever since I was a young girl, I've always been intrigued and fascinated with the supernatural stuff, the mystical things in life, the universe. I've always just been intrigued by it. And I always knew as a child that there was more to this universe than the human mind could ever fathom. And I used to love watching unsolved mysteries about the crop circles, and people would tell their stories of things they saw, and with UFO sightings. And I guess I'm looking for your feedback too about, I seen some interviews with past presidents, former presidents, where they were asking them things about these ETs, and it's like I even saw President Obama speaking about it. They don't want to say anything about it. It's like they know, but they're like holding back so much, like they won't speak on it. And I feel like they're hiding it from the world, and they don't want the government tries to hide it and cover it up for what? Because they
Yeah,
want to have control over us, or they don't want to cause fear in
yeah.
humanity.
So, let me help you with that. Oh, by the way, and it's totally optional. I love having people show their faces like some of my guests did tonight. Are you able to go on camera?
I am, yeah.
Okay, if you go on camera, that'd be great.
Okay, hold on. Let me get up because I'm in my bed. So hold on.
Oh, no problem, no problem. So you're watching Encounters. This is our Ashtar Command night. And as you're learning, the commander is definitely very solid in my foundation of understanding of the space people. And, for those that are trying to learn stuff, definitely understand I'm here. I love you all. And I'm here to give you some education about it for those that don't know. That's why we're doing this. And we want people really to be, ready for contact when it happens in 2026. We don't want you like saying, what's going on around the skies above us here? Then my whole goal is, because we love you so much on my show, I want to make sure people have understandings before this all happens. Oh, there you are. Hey,
I am.
Crystal.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're doing good. You're doing excellent here. And again, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So as you're talking about Obama and all these leaders, Carter reported a sighting. A lot of these people in government, and especially in the Pentagon, when people become a president of, let's say, our country, they're definitely sitting down with the Pentagon and they're being told about this stuff. There's no way they're not being told about the presence of extraterrestrials that are interacting with us. I'm sure they are. They don't say anything publicly. They'll say, well, I don't know anything. And when in fact they're told to say that. But I think now what you're seeing is, from my perspective, being from a starseed perspective, that I'm not from this planet, but I am also human like everybody else. I do work. I do things. I did sports when I was in high school. I did soccer. I did things that we all do. But I woke up. I woke up to remembering who I was. I had contact with my star family when I was a kid, people in blue uniforms that were light blue in a spaceship in the cul-de-sac where I lived as a kid. And that was the only one time I physically saw them like that. And I never had that kind of a contact again. But that was just to remind me as a child, as a kid, that I wasn't from here. I never forgot that. But now I know I'm not from here because I'm much older. My consciousness has shifted. My family's on a spaceship. I know who they are. And it's just a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. And I think that the day that, because, you know, it's like we're so controlled by the government and they want to control everything. And it's like the day that comes where humanity finally accepts the truth that has been here all along, but we've, you know, a lot of people have forgotten who they are. They forgot who they really, where they come from, some people. Once that day comes, it's like that's going to change the world so much. It's going to change the world so much once people find, like, all the non-believers and you know, it's just going to change everything. And that's what I look forward to, is that day that it changes the world.
Yeah. You know, and also not only that, it's just, you know, the thing is for a lot of people, I want people to understand something, that the Ashtar Command cares about every one of you. They're watching this show. Now, again, and this is why I say I don't care what people think. They have monitoring screens right now on the ship my father's on. They are watching our show from the spaceship. They can see everybody's face. They can see all the comments here. Ashtar Command can see every one of you on this show here, every comment you're making. Whether you believe it or not, people that have known me long enough will know that I don't care what you think. It doesn't matter, because I have a solid foundation. If I was a person without a solid foundation and I worried about what you thought, I'd be changing my thoughts every 5 minutes to whatever you believed in. I don't do that because I know who I am. I know where I came from. I know my cosmic family. I have no doubts in anything I say or do here. That's why I'm able to do something like this, and that's why this show is very popular in general, because I know what I'm talking about. I'm not a newbie saying, can you please tell me what an ET is? Can you please tell me what a spaceship is? Or what a planet from somewhere else is? I don't have to do that. I have that consciousness. It becomes an activation. Okay? I never waver from who I am. For anybody, I don't care who you are, I will never waver from my understanding. Crystal knows this. She's watching me. You know, many of you know this. I don't change my story every night I'm on here. I am who I am, who I am. Either you accept it or you reject it. You know, that's it.
Commander, have you heard of the Galactic Federation? I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly. Have you heard of that term before?
Yes. So let me explain something. Before I came to TikTok, I was on Facebook for many years. I'm still on Facebook. I have some Ashtar Command groups that I actually share videos, and my Ashtar Command groups are on Facebook. But those names I've heard of. When the internet started, the internet had people saying they were with this group or that group. So I want to set things straight. I'm always consistent about what I'm saying here. Great question. There is no real, I know this is going to kind of go against that, but there isn't really a galactic federation of light, so to speak. There's the Ashtar Command, which represents all the galactic forces of light. So it's like having a United Nations. You know, you have all these countries. The United Nations is the Ashtar Command is like a United Galactic Nations of all the planetary systems. So your question is a good one. I have heard of that, but it's really, truly, it doesn't really exist, although there'll be people that say, Commander, you can't say it doesn't exist. It doesn't really exist. There are councils of light, and then there's the Ashtar Command. So to answer your question, hopefully that helps clarify it.
Gotcha. Okay. And another question I had for you is, humans, are we a oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the word. I've heard that there's two or three different species that how we were created, from three different, or maybe two different, like, what is the name of them? I can't think right now. I read it somewhere, but I don't know if it's true or not. Of how the human race came is like a combination of, like, I think they said like we were an experiment of the.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So I will answer that question. And that's also, again, something somebody created on the internet years ago. We were not created by an experiment at all. That's totally a lie. When I say this word starseed, many of you have come from the stars. You're having the same human experience I am. When you meet your star family, that means that you came from a specific whole family of a star person, Andromeda. It could be Lyrian, it could be Palladian, you're Anunnaki. It could be many of those space people. You're not a hybrid that is an experiment by somebody. Nobody's an experiment. So the people on the internet promoting this experiment, how we were created, they're giving you misinformation. They're promoting misinformation. All of you came from a star family. And the definition of star family is you have a mother and a father from another planet. You're having the human experience, we all are, but at the end of the day, you also have a body in stasis on a spaceship that is the you in the space person you. So the you that's your crystal has a you on a spaceship that is the space person you. That's waiting for you to come back to your physical space body.
Gotcha. Okay. It's sort of like the analogy of man cannot exist on the moon unless man wears a astronaut suit. Well, energy, spiritual beings of light cannot exist on Earth unless they're in a meat suit. Like
Right.
this
Right,
suit.
right, that's right. I understand. Yes, you're right. So we're in like a human. This is our suit. This is our human suit. You're absolutely right, Crystal. So we're in that human suit, having the human experience. When we leave the human suit, we can go back to our body in stasis, which is our actual body before we came to Earth.
Right.
You got it. You know what it is. Yeah, you got it.
I was just trying to understand that concept.
Yeah.
And, it's like a part of me feels like, too, like that consciousness that you were speaking about earlier. It's like I'm not Crystal. I'm really this thing behind the eyeballs that's viewing and experiencing this reality. But this avatar or this suit that I'm wearing is allowing me to be able to exist here temporarily before I exit and go back to my, where I really belong.
Yeah. Like Lacey's saying. So your body, and that's a good term, Lacey, one of the people in the audience. Your body is your temple. So our whole body really is a temple, a galactic temple. When we go and leave this bodysuit, this is our human form, is our spacesuit. Men and women on here, your bodysuit is your beautiful bodysuit I'm looking at, and you're also very beautiful in your space self. When you go back into the body on stasis on the ship, you will now come out of that like an egg shape, not an egg shaped thing. It's I have visualizations of it. It's got like a glass window over your body, and this is also my body too. The same thing. When we wake up into our physical space body, we will leave the crystal that we once knew, and you'll be, if your name's Crystal on the ship, you might have a different name from your original starseed body, and you will now wake up and say, oh, they'll say, oh, she's awake. Welcome back. And you spent 30 years on Earth or whatever. Now you decided you're going to go back to your original form, which is still human, but a little bit taller.
Gotcha. Is it possible too, Commander, that we're existing in multiple realities, not just this one?
Yes, it is true. So many years ago on my radio show, I've talked about this, not much on here. We do have multiple realities. So for example, there are multiples of you. When I say that, and that goes for everybody here. So there are multiples of everybody that's watching here. So the you that's here, there's another you. So let's say there are 10 floors or 20 floors to a skyscraper building in New York or something. So you're on the first floor, that's one you. If you can take the elevator to the second floor, you'll see another you. And as you keep going up the elevator, there are many different yous. And when I say many different yous, that means your consciousness is shifted on every level. So as you keep going up to the next level of that elevator, and you get off like the 5th floor, the 20th floor, the 20th floor is a really high level of you. So the analogy is that yes, the answer is yes, there are many yous. There are many different Earths. So for example, this is an Earth that we're going to be still living on when contact happens. But there are multiple Earth realities that will exist as we graduate. We graduate to another multiple Earth reality. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And a lot of times I when I go outside at night, and I look into the sky, it's like I often ask myself, why did I choose to come here? This planet is so heavy, it's so dense, it's so cruel, it's like I hate it here sometimes, and I just feel like I don't want to come back here. I don't want to come back here and experience this planet anymore.
Mhm.
And I don't
Mhm.
know why I feel like that. I'm like, why? Like I have so many questions inside about, I mean, I know there's a reason and a purpose, and I can't remember what it is because that's like that veil of forgetfulness you go through. But I hate it here. I don't like this. I don't like it.
Mm. And the reason why you don't like it is, and I believe it, I have those days too. The way people act here, it's sometimes difficult. I do have those days. I'm also human like everyone else, and we all do. But the bigger picture is that what we don't like, we can look at and say, this is not the way we want to live. This is not the way we want planet Earth to be. And you, as a star seed, you as a person of light and love, you'll be one of those people to be stewards of the earth when we have contact. All of you are going to be important. All of you are going to be participants in being stewards of the planet Earth. All of you are going to be the way showers for other people, whether you live in a city area, whether you live in a suburban area or a country town. Every one of you is going to be the ones that are here right now. You're going to be helping other people before 2026. You're going to be the way showers of helping people understand what's going to be happening soon. It's up to everybody. It's not just me or Crystal. It's up to all of us. We're all working together towards a common goal of finally educating the public about contact. And for everybody that spreads the word about what I'm doing here, what April's doing, Friends with Furries 1111, what we're both doing here, it's going to help a lot of people. And now I know there's 8 billion people on the earth. I'm not suggesting we're going to reach 8 billion people because not everybody has social media. But we are going to reach them on a human to human level. And I think that's really the most important thing now. If you asked me 5 years ago to do this, I wouldn't be able to tell you that. But because I know there's going to be contact in 2026, I actually have an obligation to on this night to make sure everybody's doing their due diligence to educate their family members internally in their house about what's happening. They might not accept it right away. Don't expect them to, but hold your ground. Do it in a nice, beautiful way, gradually getting them to understand whether they're 80 years old, your grandmother, your grandfather, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. They need to understand that these things are going to be happening, and you're the people that are going to be able to help them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I appreciate that. And before I go, is there anything that we can do to prepare for the contact?
The contact, I think people need to spend some time on their own, whether you're as long as it's not a blizzard, find a place to go if it's warm enough, like a quiet place, maybe your own room, a place where you can meditate for 20 or 30 minutes and just get centered every day. Turn off your TV set, turn on, I know you have to go to the markets and get food. You might have to go to the store to buy that present for somebody, but take time once you get through all the 3D stuff, take time to sit down by yourself and be at peace and meditate for about 20, 30 minutes. That's going to be crucial between now and before contact.
Okay.
That'll be the key thing. I know I lost my power in my earpods, so I'm putting the earpods in here right now. I'm going to talk and hear everybody through the speaker on my phone. So I'm going to let that charge up again. But that's really the essential thing you need to do.
Okay. I was meditating and I just fell off of it. I got to get back on track. It's like I go through these phases of, first I'm like really doing it every day. And then I just I don't know, life happens and I lose my interest in meditating. And then I'm like, but I know that there's power in meditation and it brings you closer. The more you practice, it's that muscle of just like exercise. If you stop exercising, your muscles will disappear. They'll start going. And with meditation, I know you have to do it consistently. You have to be consistent with it. So
Yeah.
you know.
No, very true. Well, Crystal, you've been a blessing and your questions have been good ones. I hope I answered most of them. I tried to be as honest as I can with my answers.
Yes, you've been great. And thank you for having me on here and answering all my questions.
Well, that's what I love doing. And I'm going to bring Crystal down. Beautiful smile, beautiful energy, Crystal. I'm going to let you down to watch the show. And thank you for coming up. And let me see here. Let me see. And again, before I bring anybody up, this is Encounters Ashtar Command Q&A. If you come on the show, no foul language on the show, no smoking on the show, no drinking, no drunks, no drugs, no religion, no politics, and no paranormal discussion on Ashtar Command Night. This is all about Ashtar Command, getting you ready for contact in 2026. And I want you, if you come on, to keep focused on what we're doing tonight. Any other night other than tonight, we'll get into other areas of the subject, but we're really focused on contact. I think it's Rainy. Rainy's next, and there's Truth. And then we have Malachite. Let's see here.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, and how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm in the dark. I don't know if you want me to put on my
You're
camera
in the
there.
dark? You can try it. You're probably, it's all right. If you want to go live, I don't know how dark you are. If you're darker than me, then I probably won't see you.
I don't know. Hello.
No, I can see you. We can see you. There you go. There's the face of that beautiful person. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Hi. So that night that you had activation, you did kind of like an activation deal. And that night I went to sleep, and as I was waking up, I had a dream that the person that I was speaking to told me that we were here because we're dead. Like, is that a question? Was that a message from something else, or was that just a dream?
Okay, can you repeat the question one more time?
Okay, so you had you did like an activation, and
Yes.
in my dream you were like, you might have a message in your dream, and in my dream, the person that I was talking to told me we're here because we're dead. Was that a message, or was that just a crazy dream that I had?
That was just a crazy dream. No, you're not here because you're dead. That was just a crazy dream. I can tell you right off the bat, just from saying that, no, you're not here because you're dead. You're here because you're alive.
Right, right. So, okay, so I meditate through kind of asleep and awake, or time and space, in between time and space. And so I have like these visions, and mudras will come to me. And one time I was able to come out of my body, and it was so happy to be out of this dense body.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, I don't know, I like to meditate there, because there's times that as I'm waking up, I get like these really profound answers, but I forget as soon as I'm fully awake, you know?
Yeah. I think we'll call that astral projection out of your body. So I think one way you can try to remember, if you're having any experiences with your star family, one of the things you probably want to do is, before you go to sleep, center on what you wish to do before you go to bed. That'll help you have your traveling experiences will be very clear, and your aspect of where you are will be also very clear. So, for example, like before you go to bed tonight, you might say to yourself, I'm going to meditate for about 20 minutes. My focus is I want to connect with my star family. I'm going to take myself and focus on Christ consciousness. And by doing that, it might take time to practice it. It might not happen right away, but at some point, if make that focus instead of going all over the place, you can have that experience, I think.
Okay.
So what you do is
all of us
you
have
have
a
all these
star
different
family?
things happening. You have all these different, you go out and you're not, it's not like a controllable experience where you know where you're going. But if you do it this way, you can actually create the experience and make sure that you're getting directed in the right place off planet.
Okay, yeah, I think I do have to have it more focused because sometimes I'll have past life regressions, I'll astral travel, I'll do all kinds of different things, you know?
Yeah. And one of our members in the audience, Sue House, says, tell yourself I will remember. That's a key. That's very good, Sue. So when you're doing this, say, I wish to connect with my Christ conscious star family, wherever you are, and just use telepathy in your meditations and just like a mantra. Keep repeating it until you hear a response back in your consciousness. When you do, you can ask them who they are at that point. But you want to be very specific.
Okay. Yeah, I did have a beautiful angelic lady come up into my face as I was waking up, and she told me not to do something, and I went and did it anyways, and it was like like a big heartache. So
Yeah. So when an angelic being from space talks to you, listen to them.
right. I mean, it was really good for my expansion of learning about myself. I mean, I made the best out of it, but yeah, I should have listened.
Yeah, the angelic being, the woman or man angelic being, they come from a higher state of cosmic consciousness. So if they ever come again, you can learn something. But you had a lesson that you learned from doing it. Now you know you're not going to do it again.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All
I
right. Well,
appreciate
thank you
you.
so much.
All right, I'm going to bring you down. Thank you for being on the show here on Ashtar Command Night. I'm not trying to ignore any guests here. Let me see. I'm going to bring on Truth. Truth is our next guest. And then we have another guest, and I am looking at everything on the queue. There's a lot of people here. Truth, welcome, brother. Welcome to Ashtar Command Night.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you well. Welcome to the show.
Nice. I'm in the darkness here too. Just
Oh, that's
getting ready
okay.
for bed.
Then we'll keep you on the picture.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah, you can actually see my face in that rather. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk religion or anything like that, but I've come to the same conclusion as you: is Christ consciousness is probably and is the best. What is it to describe as the best corrective measure to guide consciousness, like the most ethical, loving way. So that's why I like that when you said that. But
Well, thank you. Go ahead.
my question is, was it malicious what was done against my consciousness, or was it to teach me?
Well, the question is, what was done against your consciousness is my question.
I awoke into a reality where poison was in the food to calcify the pineal gland, where it lowered the vibration in a realm, where an entire realm was indoctrinated into taking life from a lesser conscious level being to sustain its life force, which entered it into a contractual law of do unto others as you want done unto yourself, where it gives allowance for a higher level of not good entity to thwart its power over an entire race. Was that done malicious on this realm or no?
Well, the entities, so to speak, were the lower VBTs that the government has been working with for over 70 years. They are being dealt with by the Ashtar Command as we speak on Ashtar Command Night. I will respond in a way that'll help you. Those reptilians, those that were Zeta from the Zeta star system, they were the ones mainly, maybe one or two others that I'm not totally familiar with, that for 70 years have been causing havoc because the Earth-based governments allowed them to do that in order to get reverse engineered technology. They allowed them to do it. Now that's been put to a stop. So I can tell you for sure that the Ashtar Command has been sending these beings back to their home planets. They cannot come back to Earth. Obviously, they're not going to be here when major contact happens in 2026. So all the things that we've all been through, we've all experienced it. Some of us haven't. If we came from the Ashtar Command, we certainly know that these things happen. We never had any negative things. But the global consciousness of humanity, 8 billion people, and now we're talking many different generations. Some, there's probably lots of people that had that experience, that had the negative ETs doing things to them that they shouldn't have been doing. But all that's changing.
What is being dealt with the karmic value that was built up?
Well, I mean, karmic value, I understand what you mean. So a lot of people that have been here on Earth, depending what they did, they have karma to deal with. People that are here in terms of dharma, which is different, that are doing their dharma, it's different than the people that have karmic situations that they have to fix. So if, let's say, somebody has a karma that they did something to somebody that wasn't right, they'll have a place to go in a parallel earth reality where they'll be able to work out that karma. So everyone's going to have a place to go depending where they are. So no one's left out of anything.
So let's say someone goes into that parallel reality. How would they know if that's malicious or if it's not malicious? How do I know this isn't one of those realities?
Well, this is not a malicious reality. This is a reality that for the amount of time, for billions of years of being on Earth, the reality is not a malicious reality. It's a reality that has at times been really good, and at times the reality has been not really good. Now, right now, in our Earth-based reality in 2024, we can look in the world beyond TV sets and the news and see that we have a mixed up reality. We have people that are beautiful people. We have people that are not beautiful people. We have all kinds of realities happening at once in this particular reality. But that being said, we are going to go through a shift by 2026 where the reality itself is going to be totally different than what we think in our concept of reality. It's going to shift completely.
In what way?
In what way? When contact happens, whatever you believe right now is going to be totally different than what you're going to believe when contact happens. When you start meeting a physical space person, man or woman, that comes off a ship and you get to meet them, do you think you're going to be thinking the way you think right now, the way you're questioning right now, which is great questions? How are you going to react when you see a space person, man or woman, say, hello, I'm from planet so-and-so? What's your response?
I'm going to ask them probably the questions like, how do you view eternal consciousness and what is the construct that it's built under?
That's a great question.
From my perspective, I've read the Bible where the old G or the little g God in the Old Testament was jealous, and that entity as well needed to learn lessons. So I forgive that entity. And then, Jesus or Yeshua came on the scene, which is probably the big G God, which is representing Christ consciousness, which was just a part of that ascended master group that have elevated their consciousness through high vibrational choices. And that one I really respect, but I'm still confused to a degree because of the level of lies that we've been indoctrinated into, which I'm thankful is being torn down. And I've read the book of Urantia. I've also read the humane gospel of Christ, which depicts the Christ figurehead as a vegan or vegetarian, not imposing death on any level of creation needlessly, if at all, which is kind of how I understand how he had to lower himself to this realm to show us what was up. And then I kind of form the depiction that God, the creator source, has gone down to the depths of hell and has been tempted and
Well,
overcome
let me
every.
stop you. Let me stop you
Yep,
for a minute there.
yep,
Let me stop you. I
yep.
got you. So as you get to know me, I
Hmm.
throw all religion out the window, all the Bibles out the window, everything we've been indoctrinated to, including religion. I throw it out the window because if you don't throw it out the window, you're going to be completely clouded by the truth. And the thing is, there's no God being taken to hell. There's no such thing like that. God, the creator, created all the universe, all the planets, all the different life, all the beings, all the marine life, everything, everywhere, anywhere. There's no taking God anywhere. God created all of us in love and light. What we did when we became human beings, we developed a thing called the brain. And because we developed a thing called the brain on Earth, we were indoctrinated to religions. We all came from some background that we were indoctrinated to. The thing is that was done by humans indoctrinating other humans to a specific belief system that was created by humans, not anyone else but us. Now, the thing is, where I bust the matrix as an Ashtar commander is I'm saying to you, from a command perspective, as a space being, throw that stuff all out the window. If you don't, you're going to be confused for another 10,000 years. Throw it out the window. Get rid of it. It might be hard to do, but break out of it. Throw it out. Throw it right out the window.
However, like, not to say you're wrong or right, but I look at there is a level of malevolent power that oversees all of creation, that guides consciousness in whatever vessel form they may decide to inhabit, to enlightenment, to higher vibrational choices, and there's a system in place that protects it. So that's why I'm wondering what happened here.
What happened here is man created religion, man created war, man created pollution. When I say man, I don't mean man specifically. We created the problems that exist. God didn't create anything other than life. We were given free will. We are responsible humans on Earth to take responsibility for the things we've done. And it's not anyone else out there that created this. We created it. Once we look in the mirror and say, okay, I did create this, no one else created it, then we can change our reality. Then we can change who we are. Then we can change the way we live on the planet and how we treat the Mother Earth or the planet XYZ. We have to be responsible for what we did. It's not someone else that did it to us. We created all these things. God didn't create pollution. God didn't create the nuclear bomb. We created these things. Now we have to shift our consciousness. And my coming to Earth here from the stars, from the Ashtar Command, is to teach people to get out of their heads, get out of religion, all the 3D stuff, throw it out the window. And I know it's sometimes tough and confusing, but I guarantee you, if you throw it out the window, you'll breathe a lot better, you'll sleep a lot better, you'll see more clearly the things that you're not seeing now. Do you understand?
And I'm pretty sure when you're saying that, it's not like you're trying to say throw out morality. It's saying just the concept of
Yeah, I'm not saying to
that
throw out morality.
theology.
I'm saying to throw out the things that have indoctrinated you on this planet to the things that are lies, religion, politics, all those things, all created by man,
And then,
things to control you.
see, the thing is, and then I have another side of my consciousness that is bringing to light, like, the art of manifestation. And that's what your thoughts think of, you know what I mean? It brings it to life in your reality, even the words we speak.
Oh yeah, words are
So,
very
so,
powerful.
so now, but now I saw every level of technology at one time. Thankfully, it's getting eradicated. But at one time, like The Simpsons, they actually did programming the collective to manifest it into their reality. They did it through halftime shows. They did it through advertising. They did it through subliminal messaging and advertisements. Even the flicker rate of the frames per second on television. I've seen all of that. I understand all those concepts, and I see how they manipulated the collective consciousness by doing that and guiding that. So, what are we going to teach our kids?
I
Because
can answer that question.
I was indoctrinated into the biblical context that, Satan was given this place for a certain period of time until, Jesus comes and makes it a new earth where there is no death and disease, So you can't be killing cows and eating them if you want no death and disease. So that I was indoctrinated into that. Okay.
Yeah,
Not that depiction of Christ consciousness, new earth
right,
is wrong. It's just giving us what a death and disease free world looks like. You
right,
can't be imposing it on others if you want to be there, right?
right.
So I
Yeah,
understand that concept. Kind of do
yeah,
unto others as you want done unto yourself, kind of
right.
thing.
And we were, truth, we all were indoctrinated in our faiths and whatever religion we came to. I dropped out of my faith when I was, before I was like 13 years old, because of the fact that I had a spaceship in the cul-de-sac where I lived in Long Island, New York as a kid, went upstairs, opened the windows, and there was a flying saucer with men and women wearing light blue outfits with like a golden rim around their spacesuits. And they telepathically told me that you're not from this planet. When I had that experience, I don't know how many kids in the 1960s, when they're like preteen, have an experience like that. I did. It changed my concept. I just dropped out after that happened. I dropped out of Hebrew school. I went to different religious private schools for a while, and so I understood different religions. But I was never the same kid after that happened to me. When I went upstairs and I saw the space people in that flying saucer, my life changed forever. I was never ever the same. I didn't look at people the same. I didn't look at my family the same way that I lived with. My whole reality shifted as a kid. So for me, as I saw many spaceships growing up, I also became activated and learned about the Ashtar Command with a dear friend of mine in California, and
See,
realized that I was connected to the stars.
like you're aware of the hypothetical Project Bluebeam and the deception that any entity that comes in the form of any of like that is a fallen angel, demonic entity.
Let me
Like,
jump in
listen,
here.
I'm not saying I believe that. I'm just saying that's a narrative.
Right. No, I understand. I know you don't believe it. So let me just explain something that's from an Ashtar Command perspective. I know you don't believe any of that. So I understand what you're saying. So the
It's not
Project
that I don't
Bluebeam,
believe it. It's just I've definitely encountered demonic entities. I've definitely been possessed at one
yeah,
time.
I don't get into that part of it. I
But
stay strictly cosmic.
and then I've also experienced the authority of Christ consciousness, and that all of creation submits to that authority. It has to. So I understand that Christ consciousness that you were talking about before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and from what my perspective is that's like one of the highest levels of form of correction, to
Yes. Christ
correct a
consciousness.
child or a friend
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah.
my question is if that level of consciousness is that type of consciousness, and now you have a lower level of consciousness that's willing to do things that higher level of consciousness isn't willing to do because it won't, how will a lower level of consciousness that's willing to do really bad things be eradicated?
I can answer that question because now that lower level of consciousness will not exist on the new earth. When contact happens in 2026, that lower level of consciousness will cease to exist. Meaning, let's, for example, use Zeta Reticuli, who come from the Zeta system, the reptilians, and maybe a few other low vibe ETs. They will not be able to live amongst those in the higher consciousness because they're being taken off the planet as we speak.
So what was their purpose?
Their purpose, they were allowed to do what they did because our government in our current history allowed them to do whatever they wanted in order to get reverse engineered technology of their spaceships. And these are low vibe ETs that have advanced technologies, but they're not as advanced as the star people.
So the creator of all creation created the Zetas so that if any other level of entity got out of line, it would allow that level of entity
No,
to
that's not what I'm saying.
go to
That's
their
not what I'm
planet to
saying.
help correct their consciousness, and then once it's corrected, they eradicate them from their realm.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the
I'm just trying to
Zeta.
understand the corrective
So,
consciousness in the
right,
whole
right.
grand
So when
grand
the
order
Zeta,
of ascension, you know?
so when the Zeta existed originally, they were human like we were. They were human. They were physically human. They had a consciousness. They had an emotion. What they did is became so advanced in their technical abilities that they turned themselves into a non-human emotional being. That's what they turned themselves into. They were allowed to, when they made contact with our planet, they spoke to General Eisenhower, and and he decided to make an agreement instead of with the Ashtar Command and the Star People. He said, "Okay, you can do what you want to do for as many years as long as we get your technology." That was the agreement. These are all factual things I'm sharing here. Um, so when all these beings were originally created, and I can't speak much for the reptilians, but I can say that the Zeta once were human. They had beautiful planets, and they became so advanced that they became emotionless. They changed their form because they messed up their planets, and they came here because they lost their humanness, so to speak. So it's not like God created these beings as they look now. They were once very much like us, but they went on a different path, which was definitely to a lower level of consciousness. So what I'm saying is the current status in 2024 in our timeline, the Zeta and these other negative beings, what are left on our planet, are being taken off the planet and sent back where they came from before contact happens. And the Zeta Reticuli were not helping humanity. The Zeta Reticuli were actually involved in abductions that the government allowed them to do. So what I'm saying here on Ashtar Command night is that the Ashtar Command knows this, and they are taking these beings off planet back to their own star systems on a one-way trip. That's what's happening.
And what's happening to them?
They're going to go back to their planets.
But what's their eternity of never ending look like?
I don't know what's going to happen to them, honestly, when they go back to their planets. They did create hybrid children in their abduction experiences. So maybe their hybrid children will rectify what they did to their own civilization. That's possible, but it was totally against universal law for the Zeta to abduct humans. And the Ashtar Command is making sure that they don't have that ability to do that anymore, and they're being sent off planet.
So is it or is it not a level of manipulation to create a creation but not teach them the rules of universal laws?
Well, they were definitely
I'm just
manipulated.
saying
Zeta
from
were
my
definitely
perspective,
manipulated.
because I just came into contact with a little bit of that information, not long ago, and that's not being taught globally here, where my consciousness is.
Yeah.
So how can you hold an entire race accountable to laws it doesn't even know, and then put fraudulent laws in place that
Which race are you
are
talking
designed
about?
to enslave?
You got
How is a race supposed to look at Christ consciousness or any level of authority with respect when that's what's done?
what race are you speaking of, though? Be more
I'm
specific.
just saying whatever I am right here. This meat suit,
Now,
whatever
let me
this
explain
is
something to
called.
you. Okay, let me stop you for a minute because I need to. I
Yeah.
understand your question. Understand this. What I'm saying, whether you believe it or not, is okay. If a specific race of beings do things that are against universal law, and abduct men and women and even children on this earth, they are being taken off planet now. They've done it for over 70 years. The
Why were
ability
they
to
allowed to
allow
do it
to
for 70 years?
let me finish what I'm saying. They've been allowed to do it for over 70 years. They're being taken off planet because this is not the way it was supposed to be. So if they come to our planet Earth and say, well, we want to have hybrid children because we messed up our planet, they're not supposed to be abducting any human beings on this earth. It's against universal law. It's always been against universal law. So if that happens, it has to be stopped, and it is. To have contact in 2026, there's not going to be any negative ETs interfering with that, nor will our governments of the world be able to stop it, because it's going to happen whether people are ready for it or not. It's going to be happening in this lifetime about a year from now. So people need to get their ducks in a row in a loving way. They need to focus on meditation, throw the 3D garbage out of their mind, and start focusing on getting ready for contact.
And let's say, what if their traumas are too deep from the level of manipulation against their consciousness that they can't get there? Then what?
There's no not getting there. Their trauma could be healed. And the beautiful part is the Ashtar Command will help them heal their trauma when contact happens. That's my answer.
And then my next question is, do they have a time travel machine so that we can go back to our original timeline and live out the way we should be living out in peace and harmony?
That's a great question. You know what? I don't know. Like I always tell people when I do these shows, if I don't know the answer, I'm not going to make up one. I don't know. It could be.
Because I know that to the highest level of consciousness, time travel is how we would depict looking at cavemen. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
went
all I can tell you
against this.
is,
I went against this entire jab narrative. I went against all of this nonsense that you saw the last 4 to 5 years, and they took my son from me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Not to say I'm perfect and I didn't make mistakes, but now I realize why I did so many low vibrational things since I was a kid, because of the level of manipulation against my consciousness and what they did through corporations at one time. And I'm so thankful that's being eradicated.
Well, you know what? Truth. You know, we all learn from being a kid. I can look back at things I did that I don't feel happy about when I was a kid, a teenager. But you
Like,
know,
now
when you
find
look
out,
back,
no, but now find out, now you've been living with guilt for a certain period of time until you learned to overcome it, okay? Now you lived with that guilt, okay? And then you find out that they made kids addicted to sugar, artificial ingredients in foods, manipulated the genome of foods and all that garbage that they did. And I'm so glad it's all being undone.
mm,
But I'm just saying, this is what I've seen.
yeah,
So now, and then you have belief systems that completely twist everything. So I like, is this these entities that are going to have contact or whatever it is that you claim may happen, okay? Are they going to come with universal knowledge of everything so we can see creation in the right perspective? Or is it just going to be a partial? Like
okay.
we've
So
been
let me. You're throwing questions at me. Let me
Yeah,
answer
that's a
these
lot.
questions, and then I got a lot of people on queue, so I want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fair
that's
to
right. You
get
just cut
everybody
me
up
off
here.
anytime. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So let's take the word entity out of the picture, because they're watching the show on the spaceship. They're not entities. They're people. They're human, breathing, spiritual beings of light. They're
See,
people.
when I look at the word people, that's actually in the Black's Law dictionary that they used to enslave mankind
Okay,
through.
let me stop you. Let me
You know
stop
what I
you.
mean? Yeah, yeah,
Let me truth. Let me please
yeah,
stop you.
yeah.
Forget the dictionary. Throw the dictionary, earth-based words that were created by man in the dictionary by humans out the window.
I just don't want to empower those systems with my
No,
words. You know
okay,
what I mean?
so forget
Yeah.
the dictionary terminology has nothing to do with what I'm saying. When I say they are people, they are spiritual people that are living, breathing human beings, just like we are. The difference is they have a spiritual foundation of truth because they are advanced beyond our time that they are bringing to our planet. Things like med beds to heal people of sickness and cancer and all these things. A lot of beautiful things. So throw the dictionary out the window, because that's going to also be another thing that was created by man. The definitions in the dictionary are created by human beings, not by space people. So you got to throw that out the window. You see what I mean?
So I ask the question now because you just referenced what the Zetas did. How do we know that this isn't that?
Uh,
Because
you want
because
me to
I
answer your question?
let's look at, like, because I can't at this moment in time see tomorrow or 500 years from now. I'm not saying I won't have that ability eventually. I'm just saying at this point in my perspective, I can't see that. So what level of med beds, like, to what? So we're going to live to a certain age and then we'll
Well,
shed this vessel and go back to our higher self? Like, what level of experience is it going to be?
you're throwing too many questions. Let me answer
Yeah,
the question,
yeah,
and then I want to move on to some other
yes,
people. To be
yeah,
fair,
yeah.
so the med beds will be able to be used to heal any potential thing, cancer, other ailments. For example, the space people, and I'm going to let you go in a minute. Our people, our families live to be thousands of years old. When you were to see them, they would look to be 20 or 30. So when this actually happens and you see the space people, they could be thousands of years, which they are. They will look to be 20 or 30 in your eyes. That's all I'm going to say. And in terms of the med beds, and I'm going to move on, and I appreciate all your questions. The med beds are coming as a way to heal people of all the different diseases or things they've had. The med beds are going to be here to assist people on many levels of healing. So that's all I'll say. But I want to thank you for being on here. You had a lot of great questions and comments, and I do believe, brother, I'm glad you're watching the show. You're going to learn a lot on our Ashtar Command nights, and in general, my show, which is on regularly. I think you'll be learning quite a bit here. So I appreciate you.
Can I, like, ask one more thing? How do I know that they're trustworthy?
Okay,
Because
so answer that
I'm,
question.
I'm
You just asked
yeah,
me a question. Because you lived on a planet where you can't trust anybody. We're all human. Lived on a planet called Earth where you can't trust governments, you can't trust religions, you can't trust anybody, right? That's because we've been brought up in a society of mistrust. When the space people come, you're going to have, and you don't have to do anything. You'll have to decide on your own whether you're going to have the ability to trust the people from the stars that are coming here. If you decide not to trust them, that's fine. If you decide to trust them, that's fine too. You're going to have to meditate and meditate and meditate and go within yourself without any books, any religions, and just go within and soul search whether you're going to be able to accept what is coming, which is the star people. And at that, I'm going to leave it at that and move on. I appreciate you.
thanks. Have a nice night.
Are you too? All right. All right. Another good, we have a lot, I'm able to handle all the questions, and we appreciate everybody. That's why I do this kind of programming. I can handle your questions, and I appreciate them. And it's those tough questions that I have to answer sometimes, but I answer them. I have to speak cosmic truth. I will challenge you on your belief systems. Don't forget that that's something I will do. I will challenge your human-based 3D belief systems in order to shake you up out of those things to understand what's happening. Okay. And I want people all over the world to know that there's going to be contact. And I'm saying this whether a person wants to see this happen or not. It doesn't matter what you want to see. It's supposed to happen. It has nothing to do whether you were born 12 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Do you want to live on a planet of disharmony? Do you want the Earth to continue in this direction that has been going in with wars, pollution, destruction? Or do you want to live on a planet? You have to make that choice. What kind of world do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a world of peace, harmony, understanding, and connection with your star family and other planetary systems of light? Or do you wish to live on a planet that cracks in half and there's nothing to live for? You have to make some internal decisions out there. I'm speaking on behalf of the Ashtar Command right now, and I'm saying we're coming. Our ships are here. We're going to make contact. Humans better get ready for it. Ready or not, here we come. Are you ready? Are you willing to let go of all the things you've been taught? Are you willing to let go? That's the crucial thing, you know? And I appreciate all. I mean, I had some, what would you consider for some people tough questions. I think I've answered almost every question I've had on here tonight so far. And we're not really, tonight, we're not getting into abductions because we are talking about contact in the Ashtar Command. Tomorrow night, Joseph, we'll bring you on tomorrow night. On Sunday night, we will talk about that abduction stuff on Sunday. Let's see. So the question is, why have they waited so long? So I know the planet is billions of years old, but we are actually, it's divine timing. Thank you, Kit Kat. It's divine timing. So this is a divine time level for the Earth. I think for the billions of years that this Earth has existed, it has had the graduation over time of billions of years of this happening. This time, though, it's happening permanently, where we are going to elevate into a different level of understanding. And it's really crucial, as I speak from the Ashtar Command level, and I have some tea left here, that we are going into a place, for many people, from the human mind perspective, your brain doesn't understand what's happening. The brain of most humans will not understand contact. But if you allow yourself to turn off your brain, you'll understand contact. As long as you think with your brain, you're going to get confused. Your brain's going to put fear into you. The brain's going to tell you to question this happening. Your brain's going to tell you, I don't like this idea of having contact with space people. Your brain's going to do that to you, not your heart, not your spiritual beingness within you. Your brain. Your brain can be great for shopping, buying stuff at the supermarket, getting your Whole Foods, all those things. But your brain has difficulty with the realities that deal with cosmic contact, with the understandings of love and light and the frequencies that we're going to be going into. So there's so many things happening here now, and I want people to be feeling safe, feeling at peace, and I answer all the questions I can, and I answer them even if they're tough, because I will hit back at you if you don't understand. I might hit back at you to teach you a lesson, to bust out of your brain. As long as you let your brain control the situation, you're not going to move forward because your brain's going to stop you. But if you meditate and go within your heart, that will never stop you. That will always elevate you. You understand? I'm going to do something here while we're on live here tonight. Yeah, I'm going to do something. I'm going to send energy with the palm of my hand out to everyone. That means every single person here. Give me a moment. When I do this, I'm doing this to clear your consciousness. What I'm about to do, I've been gifted by my father on the spaceship. So I'm going to actually do something right now that's going to actually shake up the foundation of your belief systems. Are you ready? Just ready or not, what I'm going to do is going to be a blessing for all of you. Every one of you. Every one of you. I want you to all close your eyes here. As I do this, I want every single person here to close your eyes. And the only way you're not going to feel what I'm going to do if you close yourself up to it. And that's your right. If you decide to close yourself up and your mind tells you I'm not going to do this, you're not going to feel a thing I'm going to do. I know that for a fact. If you allow yourself, what I'm going to do is going to affect your whole physical body right now. I want you to close your eyes, everyone. For those just tuning in, I'm CmdrAleon. I am with the Ashtar Command. I came here on mission to Earth, and tonight I'm actually operating in my Ashtar Command consciousness. Close your eyes, everybody. I want everyone to take a deep breath. Breathe in 3 or 4 times out of your nostril. I myself will keep my eyes open. I want to do something for you. Let me amp up the energy in my palms. Like I said, I don't believe everybody here is going to feel it unless they let themselves go and turn their brain off. Give me a second. Please close your eyes, everyone who's watching. The heat energy is starting to get stronger. And as you close your eyes, please turn off your brain. Don't say anything, just focus. Everyone focus. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm going to start now. The palm of my hands, keep your eyes closed. I'm going to start sending heat energy to every single person around the world through the palm of my hands. Keep your eyes closed, please. Relax, relax, relax. Relax, relax, relax. Relax, relax, relax. Okay, give me a moment. In about the count of 3, I'm going to send the energy through. Keep your eyes closed, please. Okay, right now I'm sending the energy through the screen. Like I said, I don't know who's going to feel it. If your mind is shut down, you will feel it. If you are blocking it, you will not feel a thing. Give me a moment. Keep your eyes closed. Give me a moment. And we're back with you here. This is CmdrAleon, the host of Ashtar Command Q&A night. Like I said, most of you, I can't speak for everyone here, but how many of you, if you felt the energy, what I just did, let me know. That was my gift to all the viewers out there around the world. Like I said, there are some people that their minds will close them up so they can't feel anything. And what I did is I'm working to clear your consciousness of all 3D belief systems. And I do this in the activation of my palm of my hands, which my father just recently gave me a gift to do. So I'm able to also work on your consciousness, which I did tonight with over 400 people. I'm able to do these things now. That's why I say I'm a star seed. Many of you are. I came from the Ashtar Command ship to Earth when I was a kid, and I came here as I got older. I came here to now know what I'm supposed to do, and I'm here to get you ready for contact. I'm here to get you ready, and have you get other people ready for contact, because it's going to happen. And as you listen to my words, understand I have no shakiness in my words. I have no doubts in my comments or what I say. When I answer your questions, I answer your questions with complete confidence. And the reason why I do that is because I know in which I speak of what I'm saying. Helen, you're getting ready just by being here. Just by being here, you're getting ready. You're here, so you're getting yourself ready by being here and listening to my words. You're already doing it. Haley, my pleasure, Haley. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Monica. Oh, thank you, Sick. And I appreciate all the gifts, by the way, too. Kitty Mama, thank you. Many times as I felt the light vibrate strongly, even with my eyes closed, I saw the pulse of the light. So for those that might have been like on the fence about what I do here, you just saw me do something with the energy of the palm of my hand, which is what I use for many things. I'm not sure what things I can do I've been doing a number of things with the palm of my hand since my father activated me. I'm able to remotely take out implants, which I've been doing as an Ashtar commander. I've actually destroyed implants on my show. People have seen me, and those are all documented. I've helped one person the other day remember how to contact their star family. And what I just did tonight is to show you that I have the ability to send energy to every single human being and clear your energy and activate you in some level. Amelia, thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you. Jersey for Life, thank you for the hat. I appreciate you. Cuddy 303, thank you. RN Nurse, thank you. I can't believe it's almost 2 o'clock. Can I do it again? Yes. Bishop, thank you. I will do it one more time. I know there's some new people in here. Thank you, Money Time. Thank you so much. So for people new to the program, I am human just by understanding I am a human being like you are. I am having the human experiences like you are. Thank you, Jordan. And I am also activated. So for those that didn't get a chance to feel what I did, I had a request to do it one more time. So I want everyone, including the new people, to close your eyes. I'm going to show you something. I want you to turn your brain off. So the one thing I ask you to do is stop thinking for a few minutes. And if you can turn your brain off, I will do this again for people that actually have now, and we go back an hour. Now it's 12 midnight. It's not, is it 1 o'clock Eastern, or is it now 12 midnight? Is it now 12 midnight? This is crazy. It's 1 o'clock. I thought we turned the clocks back an hour. So it's now midnight. It's not even 1 a.m. yet. I'm confused. I'm in Connecticut. What time is it here? It's 12 noon. It's 12 midnight. I'm totally confused. It's 1 a.m. It says 1 a.m., but aren't you supposed to turn the clock back from 1 a.m. Eastern to 12 midnight? So I'm moving it from 1 a.m. to 12 midnight. It falls back an hour. Okay. I'm confused. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Okay. 12 Mountain. At 2 o'clock, we turn the clocks back. All right. So at 2 o'clock, we turn the clocks back, and it'll be 1 a.m. I gotcha. Okay. I don't want to get too crazy here. All right. So now I'm going to do this thing I was going to do. Let's just forget about what time it is. Doesn't matter. Who cares what time it is? All right. Here we go. So I want everyone to close their eyes. For those new people that are here, we're going to do one more time here. Then I'm going to call it a night. I'm probably going to sleep out here because I don't want to wake up my better half and she's sleeping. And it's 2 a.m. I will sleep out here just so I don't wake her up. I'm going to sleep out here tonight. So everybody close their eyes, please, for a minute. And I want, not for a minute, for like a couple of minutes. I want you to do breathing exercises. Everybody really close your eyes. I'm going to do one more time. I had a request from 1 or 2 people to redo the thing what I do with my palm of my hands. And when you close your eyes, I'm going to amp up my energy in the palm of my hands, and I'm going to shoot it right through the screen to every single person around the world who's here. And what I'm doing is sending in beams of light energy into your body and into your brain. And you'll feel it. So close your eyes, please. This is my last thing I'm going to do before we call it a night. You've all been great. I had some tough questions. I've enjoyed all the guests. We had one that was a little bit kind of whatever, but mostly everybody was pretty good. So thank you. So I'm going to end the broadcast by having you all close your eyes. Hey, Nora Zora, good to see you. Good morning. And everyone coming in. So all the people coming in, we're going to do this thing here that you can all participate in. All the people coming in, stick around for a minute and I'll show you something. So I want everyone to close their eyes. All the people coming in, welcome to the final part of our Ashtar Command Q&A tonight. I want everyone to close their eyes. I know I see all these names coming in here. We're going to send some energy through the screen to each of you. So you need to close your eyes, take a deep breath about 3 or 4 times, and I'll do this one more time, and you'll all be able to feel it. Unless your mind tells you it doesn't want to do anything, your mind controls everything, you might not be able to feel anything. So let's see here. Hey, Iowa. Greetings, Mr. Wright. Good to have you with us. We have a few folks in Iowa that watch our show. So close your eyes right now. And what I'm going to do is send a beam of light to everyone. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe in. I want people to really, in the honor system, I want people to close their eyes, breathe in about 3 or 4 times. And then as you do that, relax. When you're relaxed, just relax. Turn your brain off for the moment. And what I'm going to do is send this energy over the screen to each and every one of you, wherever you are in the world, and you're going to feel it. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. And on the count to 3, I will do this. Everyone coming in, close your eyes and take a deep breath. All the new people, I see all these names coming in here. We're doing something here, so you need to close your eyes. Relax a little bit wherever you are around the world. Just relax, relax, relax. I guarantee you what I'm going to do, you're going to be blown away by. For new people, I'm just getting ready to do this as I move my hands here. I am with the Ashtar Command. I'm also the host of Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. This is our special night every Saturday where we talk about Ashtar Command related things and contact. As I'm getting ready here to send the energy over, please close your eyes. That's really important that you close your eyes, all the new people. Close your eyes. We're going to be doing something that either you'll feel or not feel. Okay? I'm going to amp up the energy. I'm going to first slowly, subtly send energy all over the world through the palm of my hands right now. We're going to amp it up, amp it up, amp it up. Keep your eyes closed. We're going to amp it up, amp it up, amp it up. I'm also not only a human being having a experience on Earth, I'm also a space person. So I have also a cosmic consciousness. Do you understand? Get ready. Close your eyes, people. Everyone can participate. I want to include everybody coming in here. If you're new here, we're doing our Ashtar Command night. The Ashtar Command are space people that are Christed beings of light. And we're going to do something here beautiful for everybody. And as you close your eyes, take a deep breath in 3 or 4 times. I'm now going to send some energy through the screen. Okay, now I'm going to send it over to you. So I'm doing right now is sending beams of light through the screen to all parts of the world. You're going to feel pulsating energy coming into your mind, into your brain first. And then it's going to come into the physical body. A lot of energy here. I'm gifting a lot of energy to all the human beings on here. Every single person is being gifted with the light, energy. Heart Mama, good to see you. Close your eyes, relax, relax, relax. Relax. I'm sending a really strong beam of light into the broadcast here to every person, every human body, every human consciousness, every human mind. Done. Finished. That's it. And that's my gift to all of you that were able to allow it to happen. That's my gift to each of you. Thank you, Gazelle. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm going to definitely be hydrating. And I want you to know that my brothers and sisters on the ship love you. The Ashtar Command loves each and every one of you here. Every one of you. I love you. They love you. We love you more than you know and more than you love yourself. And when I look at you, I see your souls of light in each and every one of you. The beauty of all of you that you possess. Do you understand? Oh, Camp Sparkles, it was my pleasure. Thank you, Tamara. The essence of the command is love, you see. when you get too intellectual on this planet, this Earth, people, their brains, thank you for the gift, Nora. On Earth, I've noticed people get so intellectual with their brains that they don't understand anything because they're so intellectual that the intellectualism doesn't allow them to connect with their own cosmic spirit. The intellectualism, you see. And it's very simple. Andy, you're right. Love is simple. It is, Sandy. The Ashtar Command lives in love, always lives in love, always lives in light. No ego, and they make it very simple. Humans tend to complicate things because that's the way you were taught. You were taught to have things being complicated. You see? All right, it's time to call it a night. I need to get some rest. I want to thank you all for being here. Tomorrow night we'll be on at 11 o'clock for Encounters, our regular show. I want to thank Sick, everybody, for gifting me. I appreciate your gifts. And I hope you have blessed dreams. Every one of you, when you go to sleep tonight, here's your homework. I want you to meditate for 20 minutes before going to sleep. I want you to, in your meditation, clear your mind. I want each of you to focus on Christ consciousness, and I want you to focus on your star family and asking them to communicate with you. No, we won't be on tomorrow on the radio. We're not going to be on tomorrow, Jordan, but we'll be on tomorrow night on Encounters. Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Lizzie, I appreciate that. Well, I'm definitely, truth, we appreciate the follow. I'm definitely now a little bit tired. It's been a long night, and I need to get some rest, I think. And yes, we'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Everybody, be blessed. Enjoy your Sunday, and don't think too much. Much better not to think too much. Think very little and go within. Don't think too much, okay? Take care, everybody. We love you. And I send our blessings from the Ashtar Command. My space family on the ship send you blessings. And we'll have our regular encounter show Sunday night. Sonia, thank you for the gifts. We appreciate them. Ryan, peace to you as well. Everybody sleep well.